KQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the FBN Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station. Batting practice is over and the grounds crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the on-deck circle. A comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Krauke.
Very good Sunday afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball. On a beautiful afternoon here in the Valley, it's the Stingers taking on the Omaha Royals in the fourth and final game of this four-game series. Steve Krauke with you as the Stingers try to win a series for the first time since they took 3 out of 4 from Las Vegas right before the All-Star break at Cashman Field. It's been an offensive explosion the last 2 days. On Friday night, it was the Stingers winning 13-11, and yesterday, all kinds of club records fell as the Stingers defeated the Royals by a final score of 22-10. As the Stingers set a franchise record with 14 extra base hits. They set a franchise record with 10 doubles. A franchise record was set with the 32 runs scored by the two teams combined in yesterday's game, as Adam Riggs tied a franchise record of 4 doubles in one game. So the Stingers have won 2 out of 3 now over Omaha, and only for the second time this year have they scored in double digits in back-to-back ball games. Our pitching matchup for today's game, for the Stingers, it'll be right-hander Chris Butchek with a record of 7 wins and 7 losses. And for the Omaha Royals, it'll be former Salt Lake Buzz right-hander Jason Ryan, who comes in with a record of 2 wins and 7 losses. He is 0-1 as a member, 1-0 as a member of the Omaha Royals. He was 1-7 earlier this season with the Memphis Redbirds. Well, of course, a lot of excitement around the ballpark over the last few days with Andres Galarraga in a Salt Lake Stingers uniform, and a couple of days ago had a chance to talk with the Big Cat, and due to some requests from the emailers, we'll replay that interview that we taped on Friday with Andres Galarraga. You'll hear part 1 coming up next here on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Borster with Alta Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate you choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loans. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct these credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at altamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
Hi, this is Hot Rod Hundley. When your day of golf is in the bag, you just want to sit back and relax. Well, how about on the elegant Eden patio and have a great meal prepared by one of Salt Lake's best chefs? Then drive on down from your favorite fairway to the greatest social gathering, Club Azure. It's a brand new club from the ground up. And while you're there, try out the 101 Blue Drinks or the Bloody Mary Bar, Jazz Blues on Wednesdays, or the Sunday Brunch. And while you're at it, how would you like to get your hands on a round of free golf at any select premier Utah or Nevada golf course? Club Azure and UtahFairways.com have made this possible by offering one lucky winner each week to be picked and announced live on the Man-Made Morning Show. Then get down here to see what all the buzz is about. That's Club Azure, 6121 South Highland Drive, a private club for members. Tell them Hot Rod sent you.
Salt Lake Stingers, but for how long we don't know. Andres Galarraga, the Cat. And first of all, Andres, welcome to Salt Lake City.
Thank you, and I'm so excited, so happy to be here. It's a great stadium, great teammates, and I can see it's a great fans in here too.
Stadiums weren't like this when you were first coming up through AAA, were they?
Yeah, long time, but I have to, and I want to give my timing back, my swing, playing some game. I've not been doing anything from last year, so I'll be running and practice, but not the same when you see pitches and all that.
Now, from that standpoint, as you waited for someone to give you a call, was there any point in time, maybe in the last couple of months, you thought that maybe nobody would give you a call?
No, I will be positive to somebody gonna sign me, and I'll be working. I feel like 100%. The cancer is gone, thanks God, and I feel 100% healthy. And it's a couple things in there, but like Colorado, Montreal. So those things they know in the race right now. So I'm just waiting to somebody got a chance to go to the playoff, and thanks God, hopefully Anaheim called me to do that. So that's why I want to get ready as soon as I can to hop in the team.
Now, what did you do over the last couple of months to try to stay sharp?
Well, running, hitting against the coach and machine, feeling ground balls, and try to get in the shade as soon as I can, try to do my routine.
Now, as far as the timing of it all, do you have any expectations how long it'll take before you're ready?
I guess like 10 days, something like that. That's what I'm thinking I need it right now. And last night, for the first time, I think it's not bad. So I hitting line right to second base. You guys make a great play. And another line drive right on the field, and they can make a catches. That's what I need to make a good contact that way. The another two, ground ball to shortstop and fly to third base. But started again, and it's not kind of loose, I don't feel comfortable yet, but at least make a good contact.
Had to feel good just to get back into the batter's box.
Oh, no doubt. That's what I like to do. I love baseball, and I feel like a little kid, like a rookie in here to, about to play baseball.
All right, more with Andres Galarraga right after this here on ESPN 1230.
When your day of golf is in the bag and you just want to sit back and relax, how about on the elegant Eden patio, where you can have a great meal prepared by one of Salt Lake's best chefs? Then drive on down from your favorite fairway to the greatest social gathering, Club Azure. While you're there, you can try the 101 Blue drinks or the Bloody Mary bar. And while we're at it, how would you like to get your hands on a free round of golf for 4 at any select premier Utah or Nevada golf courses? Club Azure, UtahFairway.com, 1320 KFAN, and 1230 ESPN have made this possible. They're offering one lucky winner each week to be picked and announced live on the Man-Made Morning Show. So get down here and see what the buzz is about. That's Club Azure, 6121 South Highland Drive, a private club for members.
Pick up in the front lot.
Card credit is like food. It's not the food, but the appetite that makes eating a delight.
You've got to have one of these donuts.
My bagels are fresh and chewy.
I'll take that sandwich to go.
Yummy.
Hi, Mark Marine here with Marine Credit Systems. Here's what my car dealership does. We paint the car credit picture. We paint it in Technicolor on a big screen with Dolby Digital sound. We make the point. For example, love and credit. Did you know a divorce decree does not supersede the obligations of a loan? And when is it a good time to bring up credit in a newly developing relationship? Not soon enough, if you ask me. So how about this for an idea? Prenuptial credit. Learn what column of finance you were in. Learn what column of finance your mate is in. And learn what column of finance you're in together.
Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Just to get back into the Rocky Mountains because you had some big years with the expansion Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, it's true. As soon as I get here and I see those mountains, that's the first thing coming in my mind. I feel like in Colorado. Believe me, in Colorado, having a great time. Probably my best 5 years of my career. I've been thinking if I'm making the Hall of Fame one day, and I'll probably use that uniform to retire my number because for me it's the team helped me to, have probably my best year in my career.
Now, obviously, at this point, you want to go to a team that's in the playoffs, but you had to feel good about being a part of developing that Rockies franchise in Denver. I mean, you guys got to the playoffs as quick as any expansion team ever had at that point.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Really, like I say, I'm one of the best first guy, probably, the Colorado Rocky. Probably before the draft, I'm signing with Don Bello. He's the manager, and he called me right away as soon as they start construction the team. And for them, and win the batting title right away in '93, and every year something, RBI, home run, or something. I mean, it's unbelievable year. I feel so comfortable and good, and no doubt the fan is unbelievable. That's great. Not only in baseball, I think in every sport, they follow everything in there, and it's amazing. I'm really happy with those people, and they help me a lot to what I'm doing for them.
Now, at this point, you're at 398 career home runs. That makes you tied with another former Rocky who lives not too far away from here, Dale Murphy.
Yeah, true. I had the opportunity to play with him in Colorado before he retired, and I got good company there, so no doubt I want to hit the 2 more home runs. That's another thing helped me a lot to push myself to keep work hard to find these 2 home runs. Why not? I feel good, I feel strong, and what I need is the opportunity to do it, and I think I can do it. So I hope God help me to do it, to stay healthy.
Before I let you go, obviously the first couple of nights here are going to be DHing, and maybe that's what the Angels have for you as well. But you want to play some first base as well, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt. And probably tomorrow, so I'm not sure yet. So 2 days DH, 1 day first base, kind of routine like that, because I know I'm not be playing too much on first base there. My job probably more from the bench, and I have to be ready. So that's why to be DH for me is important, because every AV, and just try to work it mentally like it's a pinch hitting, so to get ready when I come to the building.
Because I would think, as proud as you are of your offensive accomplishments, the fact that you have 2 gold gloves over at first base, you've got to be equally proud of.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm pretty comfortable on first base, and believe me, I love more to be in first base to be in DH. And it's like you inside again. If you're not doing with the bat, you can make a good play and hoping your day to get, feel better when you're hitting off for 4. So it's, but right now in the last 3 years, probably, I'm being more, pinch hitting, DH, and play once in a while on first base. So it's not the same right now, but I still feel comfortable on first base.
Is it difficult to adjust after being a star all your career to not playing every day? Was it difficult to adjust to that?
Yeah, it is for me, yes. And like I say, I love this game. I just want to be there. I want to do something. I feel uncomfortable here and the dugout, to watching everybody play. So it's that's why I like to more the first day. But anyway, I try to get used to it here, to motivate my teammates to do the best they can.
Well, Andres, again, welcome to Salt Lake City. Hopefully that call up to Anaheim won't be too far in the future for you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Andres Galarraga, our guest, back with the starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
Driving in my truck, my broken down truck. I needed some wheels in a bad way. But my credit's kind of weak. My ex-wife took my Jeep and ran off with my lawyer to Saint-Tropez. I went to Lobos Sales for a deal that really well. The service and selection, they're the best. Lobos really sweet, their prices can be beat. Lobos Sales will finance you today. So if you're driving in your car, your aching breaking car, and you need some new wheels right away, Lobos will hook you up. They got me my new truck. They'll finance you, so come on down today. Yeah, come to Lobos Sales for a deal that really well.
Call 1-877-LOW-BOOK. Operators are standing by. Low Book Sales. High volume. That is the sound of your business information matrix. The complex network of connectivity that exists between your computers, digital copiers, printers, and fax machines. It's how information and documentation move within your business. How it performs affects your bottom line. For better or worse.
Nobody understands the importance of a smooth-running business information matrix like automated business products. ABP specializes in designing custom document solutions to meet the needs of your matrix. As Salt Lake's premier dealer of Savin, Rico, and Kyocera business equipment, ABP can implement the world's foremost office technology for you today. And ABP's crack service technicians will keep every machine in your matrix working like the day it was installed. Automated business products, increasing your productivity and profitability. Look for us in the white pages or at abpweb.com.
And welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. Well, let's get you ready for today's game by bringing you this afternoon's starting lineups. And as always, the starting lineups are brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Omaha Royals, managed by Mike Chercelli, leading off the right fielder, Aaron Guile. Batting second, the second baseman, Jed Hansen. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Jarrett Patterson. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Raul Casanova. Hitting fifth, the catcher, Paul Phillips. Hitting sixth, the left fielder, Brandon Berger. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Mark Teahan. Hitting eighth and playing center field, Alexis Gomez. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Damian Jackson. Pitching for Omaha will be right-hander Jason Ryan. Now for the homestanding Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Crumley. Leading off, the shortstop, Zach Sorensen. Batting second, the left fielder, Adam Riggs. Hitting third and playing first base, Casey Kochman. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Andres Galarraga. Hitting fifth, the third baseman, Dallas McPherson. Batting sixth and playing second base, Jake Thrower. Hitting seventh, the center fielder, Brian Gordon. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brent Del Chiaro. And hitting ninth is the right fielder, Gary Johnson. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Chris Vucek. It's the Stingers and the Royals. Game 4 of a 4-game set. Stingers trying for their first series win in a month. And we'll be back with the first pitch of today's game right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the on-deck circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
This is Steve Brown. You know, your car's performance is not a luxury. It's a necessity. There's a reason for that. Our most valuable commodities ride in our cars. Our significant other, our kids. And you want your car to perform when it needs to. It's no time for a transmission to fail when you're merging into freeway traffic, or you're ready to turn left in front of that vehicle at a stoplight. Your transmission has to work. And the place to make sure it works correctly is AMCO Transmissions. That's right, you know the name, AAMCO. You don't want to trust it to a beginner, and they're not. For 40 years, AMCO Transmissions has taken care of the nation's transmission needs. They've done it right 20 million times. And the time to take care of your transmission is now. Go in and get a free diagnostic checkup. Tell them I sent you. Go to any one of the 5 AMCO transmissions along the Wasatch Front and find out what I know. They care, they're professionals, and they'll do it right. AMCO Transmissions.
The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Once again, a very good afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. It's the Stingers and the Royals in the fourth and final game of this series here at Franklin Covey Field. Omaha claimed the first game here on Thursday by a score of 6-1. But since then, the Stingers have won 13-11 and 22-10 in a pair of slugfests. Again, the Stingers trying to win a series for the first time since they took 3 out of 4 over Las Vegas at Cashman Field in the weekend series just prior to the All-Star break. Stingers at 42-71 overall after yesterday's win. The Royals are at 52-61. Both teams at the bottom of their respective divisions. The Royals 12 games behind first place Iowa in the Central, the Stingers 21.5 games in back of Portland in the North Division. As a matter of fact, right now, let's take a look at the standings, brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores, featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you at Associated Food Stores. Again, in the North, Portland with a half-game lead over Tacoma in the division. Edmonton's fallen 7.5 back, and the Stingers trail by 21.5. In the South, Sacramento leads Tucson by 10.5, Fresno by 13, and Las Vegas by 16 games. In the Central, Iowa leads Colorado Springs by 5, Albuquerque by 8.5, and Omaha by 12. And in the East, Oklahoma leads Memphis by 10, Nashville by 11.5, and New Orleans by 16 games. Somewhat lopsided in the Pacific Coast League this year. Only 6 out of the 16 teams in the PCL have a winning record. The 4 first-place teams, the only second-place teams with above 500 marks, Tacoma in the North and Colorado Springs in the Central. Chris Butchek just finishing his work down in the right field bullpen, getting ready to go on this Sunday afternoon. Again, the Iowa Cubs come in for a 4-game series starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, a 6 o'clock doubleheader on Tuesday, and a 7 o'clock single game on Wednesday night before the Stingers enjoy the final off day of the 2004 regular season schedule, and then it's on to Portland for a 4-game series. And again, the Iowa Cubs featuring, among other players, one of the original Salt Lake Buzz players from the 1994 season. He was off and on with the Stingers from 94, 95, and 96. A utility player by trade now, but the everyday shortstop back then, Denny Hocking, will be here as a part of the Iowa Cubs. First time that Denny will set foot in this ballpark, other than the 1999 exhibition game against the Salt Lake Buzz, would be 1996's last year at AAA with Salt Lake. In just a moment, the Stingers will take the field, and we'll get ready to go here on this Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. As we make that comment, the sounder is played on the system here, and in just a moment, the Stingers will leave the first base dugout and take the field. So let's take them around to their positions defensively, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. The Stingers with Adam Riggs in left, Brian Gordon in center, and Gary Johnson's in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Zach Sorensen at short, Jake Thrower at second, and Casey Kotzman is at first. A battery of Chris Butchek pitching and Brent Del Chiaro catching. Before we get our ball game underway on this Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City, it's time now for the singing of our national anthem to be performed today by Christy Naylor. National anthem prior to the start of today's game between the Stingers and the Omaha Royals. So the Stingers getting ready to go as Chris Butchek will make his way to the mound in just a moment and begin his warm-up tosses. For Chris, this is his 23rd start of the season. In 127 innings, he's given up 154 hits, 81 runs, 73 of which have been earned. He has struck out 83 and walked 46. He's hit 4 batters, thrown 7 wild pitches, and he has surrendered 16 home runs. Chris has won 7 and lost 7 with a 5.17 earned run average. The PCL is batting .296 against right-hander Chris Buchek. So Chris beginning his warm-up tosses. Buchek last year did not face Omaha in the 4 games between the two clubs. Pitched right before and right after that particular series. So the Stingers in their home whites with the red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. And the Royals in their road grays with the royal blue numbers and letters trimmed in white. Again, bright sunshine here on this Sunday afternoon. The umpires are assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Steve Cox is behind the plate. Angel Campos is at first base. And Scott Kennedy is the arbiter over at third. Not much of a breeze here on this Sunday afternoon. Old Glory wafting a little bit out in left, but certainly to no great extent at this point. So Buchek finishing up his warm-up tosses. Chris, 6'5", 200 pounds in his 4th professional season. Born in LaPorte, Indiana, now calls Phoenix, Arizona home. Chris, a first-round draft pick, 20th selection overall. The 2000 draft out of Auburn University. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City, and leading things off will be the right fielder, Aaron Guile. Batting .315, 6 doubles, 9 homers, and 28 runs batted in. Guile 6 for 13 in this series, and he's driven in 6 runs in the first 3 games of this set. So we're finally ready to go as Buchek looks in, gets his sign from his new catcher, Brent Del Chiaro. And the first pitch, fastball right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. So we're underway here at Franklin Covey Field. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Guile. Left-handed brother, just like his brother Jeff, who's with the Stingers the last 3 years. Breaking ball just inside above the knees, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers' parent club, the Anaheim Angels, in action later on tonight at Kansas City against the Royals. The AAA affiliates meeting as the Major League teams square off as well. Here's a shot just foul outside the bag at first, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Guile. Angels have won 3 in a row and have moved back to within a game and a half of first place in the American League West. Texas getting pounded today. Oakland leading by a run at Minnesota in the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Guile. Now Buchek kicks and delivers. Swung on, chopped to the right side, fielded on the second bounce by thrower. The sidearm toss to Kochman at first for the out, and there's 1 away. So Guile retired. That'll bring up Jed Hansen, the second baseman. Hansen comes in batting .282, 14 doubles, 4 triples, 21 homers, 62 runs batted in for Hansen. 62 RBIs, second on the ball club behind Calvin Pickering's 70. Pickering with a day off today. Hansen 4 for 14 with 3 RBI in this series. So 1 out, nobody on. Now Buchek starts his wind-up, the pitch. And it's a breaking ball outside at the knees, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Stingers trying to win 3 in a row for the first time in a while. 1-0 pitch on the way. Hansen swings and misses as Buchek pulled the string on that one a bit and had Hansen out in front of it, so the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Last time they won 3 in a row is June 25th through the 27th. Home against Las Vegas and then 2 at Tucson. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball strike on the inside corner above the knees. 1-2. 1-2 the count on Hansen, who leads the all-time record on several offensive categories for the Omaha franchise, including games played. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called as he zips one over the outside corner above the knees. 2 up, 2 down here in the Omaha first. That'll bring up Jared Patterson, the designated hitter. Patterson batting .265, 15 doubles, no triples, 6 homers, 38 runs batted in. Patterson 2 for 10 with 3 RBI in this series. So 2 outs, nobody on here. The Omaha first just underway here at Franklin Covey Field. There is no score. Now Buchek delivers. Patterson takes a strike on the inside corner above the knees. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Chris trying to move ahead of the league right now. He's 7-7 coming in. 19-19 lifetime as a Stinger. There's a fastball just outside of the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A strong performance his last time out at Memphis, giving up just 2 runs on 6 hits and 8 innings for the win over the Redbirds. Now the 1-1 to Patterson. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Adam Riggs coming in, now stops, makes a couple of more steps in towards the infield and makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down go the Royals in the first. At the end of the first half inning of play, it's Omaha nothing, and the Stingers are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Son of a... Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint. If your bumper is dented, split, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair at half the cost of a body shop. Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
First inning, no score. The Omaha defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Brandon Berger, Alexis Gomez, and Aaron Guile in left, center, and right. Mark Teahan, Damian Jackson, Jed Hansen, and Raul Casanova. The infield third to first. Jason Ryan pitching, and he delivers a strike right down the middle to his catcher, Paul Phillips. Zach Sorensen batting .312, 11 doubles, 3 triples, 1 homer, 21 runs batted in. Hit his first Stinger home run last night's game in the second inning. There's a pitch inside, a breaking ball at the belt, 1-1. Jason Ryan on the mound for Omaha. Former Salt Lake Buzz right-hander making his 4th start as an Omaha Royal. Overall this year, his 18th appearance and his 17th start. Sorensen shows bunt and takes inside a ball, 2-1. Jason in 79 and 2/3 innings has surrendered 111 hits, 67 runs, 57 of them earned. He has struck out 42 and walked 34. Hit 3 batters from thrown 6 wild pitches. The 2-1 fastball led her high on the outside half of the plate, and the count is even at 2-2. Ryan has allowed 19 home runs. He's 2-7 with a 6.44 earned run average. BCL batting .330 against Ryan as Sorensen swings and fouls a pitch back into the screen, and the count remains 2-2. Jason 1-0 with a 1.98 ERA as an Omaha Royal, including a win in his last start against the Tucson Sidewinders at Rosenblatt Stadium. Now the 2-2 to Sorensen. Swinging another foul back into the screen. Against Tucson, Ryan allowed 3 runs, only one of which was earned, 6 hits. In 6 innings of play, struck out 3, did not walk a batter. As Omaha beat Tucson that day, 14-4. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Again the pitch to Sorensen. Swing another foul off to our left. So it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jason with the buzz in 1999 and 2000, 13-6 overall. He was 9-2 during that 2000 season. Ryan spent all of last year in the rotation for the Memphis Redbirds. The 2-2 to Sorensen. Swung on, grounded right side. Hansen far to his left, flags it down in short right. Sets and throws to first just in time to get Sorensen. 1 away here in the Salt Lake first. Here's Adam Riggs, the left fielder, batting .315, 29 doubles, 7 triples, 17 homers, and a team-leading 62 runs batted in. He's 8 for 15 in this series. And that's with 4 doubles in yesterday's game. And he had 4 hits the night before. So all 8 hits have come over the last 2 games. First pitch to Adam, a strike down the middle, 0-1. So Riggs tying a franchise record of 4 doubles in one game as well as 4 extra base hits in one game. Now the line, the 0-1. Curveball low, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jason Ryan, 6'3", 195, in his 11th year, born in Long Branch, New Jersey, now calls Charlotte, North Carolina home. The 1-1 to Riggs, and it's a little bit high, 2-1. Jason, originally a 9th-round pick of the Cubs in 1994 out of Immaculate High School in Somerville, New Jersey. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Riggs. The pitch swung on, lifted in the air towards right. Guile going back just shy of the track, now on the edge of the track, reaches up and hauls it in for the second out. Riggs going deep the other way, but Guile playing deep, able to make the play easily. 2 up, 2 down for Casey Kotzman, batting .304, 8 doubles, 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. Casey is 9 for 14 in this series with 2 doubles, a homer, and 5 RBI. Casey 3 for 5 yesterday with 2 doubles and a home run. So 2 outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the first. The pitch on the way. Kotzman takes a fastball outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The outfield playing Kotzman to pull towards right. Now Ryan's 1-0. Strike to the outside corner, 1-1. His 3rd at bat last night. A great at bat for Casey. The outfield was punched towards the middle. Took a pitch away and punched it down the left field line for extra bases to drive in a run. 1-1 pitch on the way. Yanked foul. Hooking out of play down the right field side. And the count's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes the count on Kotzman with Andres Galarraga due next. No score, bottom of the first. Omaha up and down in order. The Stingers' first 2 batters have been retired. And the count on Kotzman, 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Change up fouled off the end of Casey's bat off the screen in front of the third base dugout. The count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Outfield now with 2 strikes straight away on Casey. After playing him to pull earlier. Now Ryan winds the 1-2. Kotzman swings and fouls that one off his front foot. Walks it off, but he stays alive at the plate with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Twins have tied the A's 3-3 after 8. Again, the day began in that American League race, only a game and a half separating first from third. One of the few in-division races that are still up for grabs in Major League Baseball. The closest races, so right now, are still the wild card races for the most part. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Kotzman. Now Ryan looks in, gets his sign from Phillips for the 1-2. Low with a breaking ball, 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andres Galarraga on deck. Now Ryan rocks, kicks, and deals. Swung on, line towards left. Berger drifting backpedaling. Now turns the wrong way, reaches out, and it goes off his glove all the way to the wall, and Kotzman's into second base. Boy, Berger got twisted every which way. Turned back to his right, turned back to his left, and at the end reached out and could not haul it in. So Kotzman credited with his 9th double, and here's Andres Galarraga, who's been greeted warmly here at Franklin Covey Field since joining the team on Thursday. Galarraga with 5 hits and 13 at-bats, a .385 average, 1 double, 1 homer, and 5 runs batted in. So Kotzman at second base on the double. Pitch to Galarraga. Swung on, punch to the right side and into right field, a base hit. Here comes Kotzman around third. Here comes Guile with a throw to the plate, and he is going to be out at the plate. Tagged on the ribcage as he slid by on the fadeaway slide. Galarraga gets the single, but Kotzman's thrown out at the plate. 9-2 on the putout at home. But no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left at the end of 1. Stingers nothing, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
How you doing? I'm Bruno, the air conditioning guy.
Yes, listen, there's a green fungus growing on the swamp cooler down the side of my house.
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hose and we're going to squirt that right out.
Yes, thank you. Awful boy.
There is no way a hose is going to fix that problem. With a swamp cooler, recycled water is pulled from a bed of fungus-saturated liquid, poured over deteriorating wood fibers, then forced into your home for you to breathe. Take action. A sophisticated central air conditioning and filtration system will eliminate fungus, bacteria, and mold before it ever reaches your lungs. Take action. Action installs only the best, like Train, Carrier, Tempstar, and Rheem at the lowest price in Salt Lake. Take Action's lowest price challenge. It's easy. If we can't get you the lowest price, we'll give you $50 for your trouble. This $50 offer is great, so please call us for details. Take action. Call Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning at 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
We head to the second inning, no score. For Omaha, it'll be Raul Casanova, Paul Phillips, and Brandon Berger, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up to face right-hander Chris Buchek, who set the side down in order in the first. First pitch to Casanova, bounces in for ball 1. Casanova batting .321. 4 doubles, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in. He's 2 for 5 in this series. Now Buchek ready, the 1-0. Strike down the middle above the knees, 1-1. We mentioned how tight the American League West race is. Starting today's play, Oakland led Texas by a half game. The Angels just a game and a half back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Casanova. The pitch missed outside, 2-1 the count. Time now to find out about what else has happened on this date in baseball history. Brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes from the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. 2-1 pitch to Casanova. Swung on in line to the center field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Brian Gordon, and so Casanova's aboard with a leadoff single. Brings up the catcher, Paul Phillips. Phillips batting .310, 10 doubles, 5 homers, 25 runs batted in. 4 hits and 9 at-bats in this series. Well, on this date in 1988, the Cubs had hoped to play the first night game at Wrigley Field in the ballpark's history, but they were rained out in the 4th inning with Chicago leading 3-1. So they had to wait until the next night to officially have it be the first night game ever at Wrigley Field. Here's a bunt attempt third base side, and it curls foul about a quarter of the way up from home plate towards third base. And the count on Phillips is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Paul Phillips had a big series, as we mentioned, 4 for 9. Was a center fielder while playing at the University of Alabama. So you got an Auburn versus Alabama matchup. I guess maybe a small baseball version of the Iron Bowl. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now Chris Reddy from the stretch. The 0-1. Swung on, smashed through the hole into left field, a base hit. Casanova will stop at second base, and now runners are at first and second. The ball gets away. The runners will advance to second and third. So Omaha in business here in the second inning, with runners at second and third and nobody out. And the batter will be Brandon Berger, the left fielder, batting .205. 4 doubles, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in. No trouble here for the Stingers in the second inning. Berger 1 for 5 in the series. Now runners at second and third. Nobody out. Boot check ready. The pitch. Into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Del Chiaro, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the right-hand batter. So Casanova, the runner at third, Phillips at second base, and nobody out here in the second inning. Now Buchek peers in, gets the sign from the catcher Del Chiaro. The pitch on the way. Swung a ground ball towards the hole, and it sneaks through for a base hit. Casanova scores. Phillips will stop at third, and it's 1-0 Omaha. Seeing eye grounder that eluded both McPherson going to his left and Sorensen heading to his right. And so it's 1-0 Royals. That'll bring up Mark Teehan, so the first 3 batters in the inning have all picked up hits. Teehan batting .274, 12 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. So runners at the corners, nobody out. And now Del Chiaro, the catcher, out in front of the plate with a defensive signal in case on what they're going to do defensively in case Berger is on the move over at first base. The runners at the corners, nobody out. The infield a double play depth. They'll concede a run on a ground ball. That's someone. Here's a hopper to Kotzman. He goes to second for 1. Back to first for 2. On the play, Phillips does score, but no RBI for Mark Teehan, who grounds into a 3-6-3 double play. And with that, another $5 is donated to the United Way, courtesy of the Taco Makers. They donate $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. So now 2 outs. Nobody on base for Alexis Gomez, batting .246. 14 doubles, 6 triples, 5 homers, 26 runs batted in. First pitch, breaking ball, strike on the inside corner, just below the belt, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. It was on this date in 1976 as the bunt attempt is foul. Third base side, 0-2. The White Sox played the Royals. They had been threatening to wear them all year long, but it was on this date in 76 that the White Sox, for the only time, wore shorts in Game 1 of a doubleheader. The White Sox won that game 5-2. They did go back to the long baseball pants of the nightcap and never, ever wore the shorts again. But they did beat the Royals on this date in 1976. Time called as Gomez steps out. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Now the 0-2. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate. The count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Those are just overall horrible uniforms. Not the shorts, but so much as just what they wore on an everyday basis. They look like pajamas out there. mid-70s White Sox. Time called as Del Chiaro, the catcher, goes out to talk with Buchek. I would think this is probably the first time that these two have ever worked together in a game situation. Maybe down in spring training, maybe. But certainly the first time in a game situation. 0-2 the count on Gomez as Del Chiaro's back behind the plate. Buchek starts his windup for the 0-2. Line deflected by the glove of Buchek. Rolls towards second. The bare hand pickup by thrower to throw to first. Not in time. A hot shot that Buchek got a glove on, but was and slowed it down. But by the time thrower could get to it and make a play, it was too late. And now Gomez is at first with 2 outs. And here's Damian Jackson, the shortstop. Jackson batting .259, 12 doubles, 6 triples, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in for Jackson. 6 for 14 in the series. He's driven in 7 runs in these first 3 games. Jackson started the year with Iowa, then was traded by the Cubs to Kansas City for infielder Cookie Dawkins as Jackson takes a strike on the inside corner under the letters. 0-1. Did play 14 games for Kansas City, but is now back with Omaha. No balls, 1 strike the count. For the runner at first, Gomez, and 2 down. The outfield around towards left. Now Buchek ready from the belt, the 0-1. Low and outside. Del Chiaro slides across to his right to stop it, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Damian Jackson, who spent all of last year with the Red Sox, appearing in 109 games for Boston, hitting .261 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. Now Buchek ready. The 1-1 pitch to Jackson. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Gomez dives back in safely. 2-0 Royals. We're in the second. Infield back. Now Buchek stares in for the sign. The right-hander ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jackson. Swing and a foul. That pitch riding up and into the right-hand batter. That swing was almost in self-defense. The count on Jackson, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aaron Guile, the right fielder, due next. Final game of the year between the Royals and the Stingers. Salt Lake with the overall edge, 31-28 in the all-time series that began in 1998 when Omaha joined the PCL. Now the 1-2, again throw to first instead of the runner's back. The Stingers trying to win their first series in 4 weeks. ESPN Deportes is here. They're putting together a feature on Andres Galarraga, trying to make a comeback from a second bout with cancer. Andres saying that he's free of the disease right now. The pitcher has got the turn and the toss the first, and the runner's back. Feeling good and hoping that he can soon help the Angels. And as he mentioned in the on-deck circle, he expects to be with Salt Lake for maybe 10 days or so, which would take him into that road trip to Portland next weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and Monday afternoon. Time called as Jackson steps out. Breeze has picked up a little bit from when the game started. It's out of the north-northwest, blowing out. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jackson. Gomez the lead at first, and again, time called at home plate as Buchek and Del Chiaro struggling to get on the same page here. 1-2 the count on Damian Jackson. We mentioned Jackson overall hitting .259 for Omaha, but he's batting .345 in the 8 games he's played since coming down from Kansas City. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Buchek from the belt ready. The pitch. There goes Gomez. The pitch is low. Del Chiaro's throw is high, and in safely with a stolen base is Alexis Gomez. That's his 8th steal in 13 tries. And the count to Jackson now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson, 3 times in his career, has been traded. Actually, 4 times now. It is trade back at the end of May from Chicago's organization to Kansas City's. 2-2 pitch on the way. Foul. Back to the base of the screen. Still 2-2. He was dealt in 1997 from Cleveland to Cincinnati, having been originally drafted by the Indians. Then 2 years later, he went from Cincinnati to San Diego, and in 2002, from San Diego to Detroit. Again, last year, he spent the entire season with the Red Sox. A veteran of 635 Major League games played. The 2-2. Swung on and lifted in the air towards right. Gary Johnson jogging in a couple of steps, now waiting for it. He puts it away to retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Omaha 2, the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
After a 10-win season, a Liberty Bowl shutout of Southern Miss, and a top 25 ranking, you may think the University of Utah football team is satisfied. Well, Urban Meyer and the boys want to let you in on a little secret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. So call 581-UTIPS for your season tickets, because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Next time you're outside, take a look skyward, and you'll notice one big change on the skyline. Ditches are coming down, dropping like flies. Now you can get Comcast digital cable as low as $34.95 a month. Only $34.95. So call Comcast at 1-800-262-9072 to sign up today for hundreds of cable and local favorites. And while you're there, ask how to get your rate guaranteed for up to 2 years. Plus, keep your eye out for video on demand, where you can watch what you want, when you want, with the video on demand. Stuff you'll never find on a dish. So set your sights on Comcast. Call 1-800-262-9072. That's 1-800-262-9072 to dump your dish and get TV on your terms with Comcast digital cable. As low as $34.95 a month, because the dish is coming down.
Monthly price of package depends on level of service. Certain restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Call for complete details. Available to new customers.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Omaha. It'll be Dallas McPherson, Jake Thrower, and Brian Gordon, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face right-hander Jason Ryan. McPherson to lead it off, batting .286, 9 doubles, 5 triples, 12 homers, and 29 runs batted in. Dallas 2 for 9 with a pair of doubles in this series. So McPherson standing in against right-hander Jason Ryan. Outfield straight away. Ryan getting set to go as his first pitch comes home. Fastball in under the letters for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold at the PCL. Brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. 0-1 pitch on the way. Ripped through the hole into right field, a base hit. So McPherson aboard with a leadoff single, hit number 3 for Salt Lake. Pull that one sharply in between Hansen and Casanova on the right side of the infield. Here's Jake Thrower, the second baseman, batting .285, 21 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 44 runs batted in for Thrower, 2 for 6 in this series. Once again, to keep cool this summer and warm next winter, visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. And on the team standpoint, some of the longer streaks have been snapped. First pitch to Thrower. Third ball inside. Back to take away. Ball 1. Iowa's won 3 in a row. Memphis has won 4 straight and 8 of 10. Oklahoma's won 8 of 10. Portland's won 9 of their last 10. That's why they've moved into first place in the North Division. 1-0 pitch to Thrower, ripped down the right field line, hooking, just foul, just outside the pole on the right field side, and the count's even, a 1 ball, 1 strike. That one just a few feet away from tying the ball game up. On the cold side, you've got Albuquerque losing 9 of 10. They had lost 9 in a row before winning last night over Sacramento 9-8. Former Stinger Toby Borland getting the win for the Isotopes. Edmonton's lost 3 in a row, and 8 of 10. Las Vegas has lost 3 straight. Now Ryan sets the 1-1. Thrower takes a fastball strike on the outside corner above the knees. And the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Infield behind Ryan at double play depth. Brian Gordon, the center fielder, on deck. The pitch, fastball outside, 2-2 the count. Ryan acquired by Kansas City from St. Louis for a player to be named later or eventually cash considerations back on the 22nd of July. 1-7 in 14 starts for the Redbirds this year with an ERA of 7.36. 2-2 to thrower, swung on, loop towards right. That's going to land for a base hit. Played on the hop by Guile. Stopping at second base is McPherson. And the Stingers have runners at first and second base with nobody out. 4 straight hits for Stinger batters, but in the middle of all that, on Galarraga's single, Kotzman was thrown out at the plate trying to score from second. Now here's Brian Gordon batting .262. 21 doubles, 3 triples, 17 homers, 56 runs batted in for Brian. So runners at first and second, nobody out. The pitch, high ball 1. Third baseman T and even with a bag at third. Everybody else is at double play depth. Ryan last year won the PCL's ERA title at 2.70 for Memphis. Gordon takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. He was 8-6 last year. Omaha is Jason's 5th stop on the PCL tour. He's pitched for Salt Lake, Nashville, Las Vegas, Memphis, and now Omaha. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Gordon. The pitch. Ryan swings and fouls it back into the screen, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Gordon. 2-0 Royals in the bottom of the second inning, but the Stingers have runners at first and second with nobody out. Ryan peers in, gets his sign. Checks the runner McPherson at second base. And now delivers the 1-2. Fastball outside at the knees, 2-2 the count. After struggling with Memphis and being let go, part of the problem was he had a sore right shoulder. He didn't admit to it right away. He sat out a month after his at the end of his stay with Memphis before winding up with Omaha. And he's feeling much better as Gordon swings and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt. First strikeout for Jason Ryan, and there's 1 down here in the second. Here's Brent Del Chiaro, the catcher, coming to the plate for the first time in his career at the AAA level. At AA Arkansas, he was batting .242 with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Del Chiaro, a 41st round draft pick in 2001 out of Kansas. And the Royals had brought Ryan along slowly since joining them. First pitch to Del Chiaro, strike at the knees, 0-1. He went 3 2/3 innings in his first start at Albuquerque, gave up no runs on 2 hits. Then at home against Las Vegas on the 28th, they stretched him out a little bit further. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits in 4 innings. The 0-1. Breaking ball into the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Phillips going across to his right. The count's even at 1-1. And then, as we mentioned earlier, his last go-around, he gave up only 1 earned run, 3 altogether on 6 hits in 6 innings against Tucson. 1 ball, 1 strike on Del Chiaro as Ryan deals. Curve ball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Jason, part of the 99 and 2000 seasons with Salt Lake. Jason ready, the 1-2. Del Chiaro takes a breaking ball low and away for the right-hand batter, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Had all kinds of struggles in 2001 with Nashville and Las Vegas. Did Jason. Now the 2-2. Swing and a tap foul at home plate, still 2-2. To the point where he spent all of 2002 pitching for Long Island in the Independent Atlantic League. Or being picked up by the Cardinals last year. And as we mentioned, spent the whole season with Memphis. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Del Chiaro. McPherson at second, thrower at first. The pitch, swing and a tap foul behind home plate. So it's still 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gary Johnson, the right fielder, is on deck. And just a light breeze blowing out towards right here on this Sunday afternoon. Many of the folks enjoying the shade here in the early going. Others out in the sunshine. A few laying out on the grass on the berm in left field and in right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Del Chiaro. The pitch. Curveball outside, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I would doubt that they would send the runners here on 3-2 with 1 out. Let's see what kind of a gambling man Mike Crumley is here. They don't go. The payoff pitch is low. Ball 4. He walked him. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out. First walk issued by Ryan, and now here's Gary Johnson. Johnson batting .234, 11 doubles, 4 triples, 4 homers, and 29 runs batted in. His appearance late in last night's game, his first activity in almost a week. Johnson this year at the plate, 3 for 7. Batting with the bases loaded with 5 runs batted in. So now McPherson at third, thrower at second, Del Chiaro at first. Stingers trailing by a score of 2-0. Here's a ground ball right side. Hansen to his left has it. Flips to first for the out. Now throw back behind the runner at third. Thrower is safe. It's an RBI ground out for Gary Johnson, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Johnson driving in his 30th run as McPherson scores. And now thrower the tying run at third. Del Chiaro the potential go-ahead run at second. 2 outs for Zach Sorensen, who bounced out to the second baseman Hansen his first time up. So 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for the Stingers here in the second. First pitch to Sorensen. Missed outside at the belt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Omaha with 2 runs in the top of the inning. The Stingers have answered with 1 here in the bottom of the second. Now the 1-0 to Sorensen. Just outside at the knees. A ball, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan ready to glance at the runners, and the pitch home. Change up strike down the middle above the belt. 2-1 the count on Sorensen with Adam Riggs due next. 2-1 the count. Outfield straight away for Zach. His home run last night came while batting right-handed. The pitch low and outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count, and a wide one here with reload the bases for Riggs. 3-1 the count. Now Jason Ryan's pitch. Swing and a pop foul coming back onto the roof to our left, and the count is now full at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Sorensen with the big game last night. 5 for 14 in this series. Ryan peers in, taking a lot of time. Now he hits the sign he wants from the catcher Phillips. The 3-2 payoff pitches. Drilled into center field, a base hit. Hit from third, thrower scores. Here comes Del Chiaro, the throw offline. It's a 2-run single for Zach Sorensen, and the Stingers are out in front 3-2. And on the throw through, Sorensen takes second base. A rocket off the bat of Sorensen that Jason Ryan on the mound just barely got out of the way of. So the Stingers now In front 3-2 as they answer the two the Royals put up in the top of the inning and then some. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, who flied to right, sending Aaron Guile back to the edge of the warning track. The runner at second base. 2 out. There will be an error on the throw charged to Alexis Gomez. There's a pitch missing low for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 RBI, though, for Sorensen. That gives him 23 on the year. Now Ryan's 1-0. Riggs takes a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Sorensen's come up pretty big in this situation. He came into this game hitting .345 with runners in scoring position and 2 out, and he helped his average out there with that 2-run single. Now Ryan from the belt ready. The 1-1 to Riggs. Fastball inside. Jumps Adam back out of the way. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Riggs. Now Ryan from the stretch, the pitch. Curveball low and outside. Backhanded by the catcher Phillips, and the count's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. So a run-scoring ground out for Gary Johnson and a 2-run single for Zach Sorensen. Giving the Stingers the lead here in the bottom of the second. Now Ryan set for the 3-1. Riggs swings and pops it up down the left field line. Looking towards the Omaha bullpen. A long run for the shortstop Jackson. And on top of the bullpen mound makes the catch to retire the side. But the Stingers grab the lead with 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error and 1 runner left on the base path. We go to the third. Stingers 3, Omaha 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. And if we can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh,
this is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulos Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
Stingers. It'll be Aaron Guile, Jed Hansen, and Jared Patterson due up. The top of the Omaha order to face right-hander Chris Buchek. Chris's first pitch to Guile, and it's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. As always, the third inning brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. The best place to improve your short game is the Jordan River Par 3 golf course. Small groups are welcome with fantastic discounts available. Tee times, call 533-4527. Or go online at slc-golf.com as Guile swings and misses, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Buchek deals. Fastball up and in, 1-2. Guile bounced out to the second baseman thrower his first time up. It's also time to find out what else is happening today in the PCL and Major League Baseball. 1-2 pitch to Guile. Change up just outside at the knees, 2-2. And it's brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 2-2 pitch to Guile. Swung on in line, right center field. Coming on, Brian Gordon makes the belt high running catch for the out. Brian getting a good jump in on that ball towards right center, and he's able to chase it down for the first out. Brings up Jed Hansen. Hansen called out on strikes his first time up. Will start in the PCL. We're in the 7th at Des Moines. Iowa leading Edmonton 7-1. The Cubs jumped out ahead early with a 6-run first inning after 2 in Las Vegas. Memphis and the 51s are tied 1-1. After 2 at Oklahoma, Tacoma leads the Red Hawks 1-0. After 5 at Colorado Springs, Fresno leads the Sky Sox 4-1. First pitch to Hansen, swung on and popped up. Shallow left, Sorensen out, Riggs coming on, Riggs still coming on, juggles the ball but hangs on for the out. He had to come a long way with that one. Looking up at the sun, he had the shades down and the glove up. That ball started to come out of his mitt, but he was able to recover and make the play for the out. 2 down for Jared Patterson, who flied to Riggs his first time up. Later on, Portland's at New Orleans, Albuquerque hosts Sacramento, and Nashville is at Tucson. The American League, Minnesota batting in the bottom of the 10th, tied 3-3 with Oakland. Twins with runners at first and second, 2 out. Pitch to Patterson, breaking ball low, ball 1. Top of the 7th at Chicago, the White Sox lead the Indians 2-1. Cleveland, though, with a runner at third, 2 out. Now the inning is over, 2-1 Chicago after 6.5. Later on, the Angels at Kansas City. There's a fastball strike in the outside corner, 1-1. John Lackey goes for the Angels against former Sacramento star Mike Wood, who's 1-4 since joining Kansas City. As part of that big 3-way trade between the Royals, the A's, and the Astros, as Butchek misses high, 2-1. Detroit hit 7 home runs today, 6 off Tim Wakefield. That's a record, or ties a record for most home runs off one pitcher in one game, but the Red Sox still won. In a swing and a foul off the foot of Patterson, 2-2. Red Sox themselves hit 3 home runs as Boston down Detroit 11-9. Again, Wakefield gives up 7 home runs and gets the win. David Ortiz for Boston, the former Buzz first baseman and DH, hits his 28th home run of the year for the Red Sox. Now the 2-2 for Patterson. Strike 3 call. A breaking ball in the outer half of the plate at the knees, and Jared not particularly enthralled with the call from home plate umpire Steve Cox as they both walk back towards the third base dugout. 3 up, 3 down go the Royals in their half of the third. After 2.5, it's the Stingers 3, Omaha 2 on ESPN 1230.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230, worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Attention car buyers. By the order of the General Manager, all 2004 Toyota cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans must be moved this weekend.
Toyota is close to winning a very prestigious award, so they're throwing profit out the window. All automobiles will be marked down to the absolute minimum acceptable balance. What this means to you is you could be getting a new Toyota at possibly the lowest prices of the year. Feel trapped in your old auto loan? Then get to Carl Malone Toyota. When you make a deal, they will pay off your old car no matter what you owe. Check out the new gas-efficient Scion. The car of the future is here. Special used car buyers will be on hand to give you above or fair market value for your trade. And remember, your car will never be worth more than it is today. Low credit, no problem. Bring your payment books, your title, your trade, and get absolute minimum acceptable balance. Sale ends this Monday, so get in early for best selection. Carl Malone Toyota, exit 106 South on 515 next to Costco. I am responsible for all title tag and dealer fees.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Go to the bottom of the third. Casey Kotzman on a 1-0 pitch just lined a double up the alley in right center field. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles in the game. That is hit number 6 for the Stingers. And that'll bring up Andres Galarraga, who singled to right field his first time up. Kotzman thrown out the plate trying to score. Finishing up our look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Yankees top Toronto 8-2. Bernie Williams got the scoring started with a grand slam in the first inning. So Kotzman at second base, nobody out. The pitch to Galarraga, a fastball inside, ball 1. At St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay top Seattle 5-1. And Baltimore crushed Texas 11-5. There's a pitch, change up high and inside, 2-0 to Galarraga. Kenny Rogers starting to struggle now. He drops to 13-5 for Texas. Sidney Ponson the winner, 7-12 for Baltimore. 2 balls, no strikes the pitch. Galarraga takes inside at the knees, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Kotzman at second, nobody out. Galarraga at the plate, bottom of the third, 3-2 Salt Lake. Now Ryan ready, the 3-0. Inside, ball 4. Galarraga walks on 4 straight pitches. Much to the dismay of the folks here at Franklin Covey Field. Brings up Dallas McPherson, who singled to right and scored last inning. Once again, the third inning brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. For tee times, call 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. So here's McPherson. National League, bottom of the 8th at St. Louis. The Cardinals continue to roll. They lead the Mets 6-1. At Denver, after 5.5, Cincinnati pounding the Rockies 14-2. Only 1 home run. That was by Willie Mo Pena, his 18th of the year for Cincinnati. Bottom of the 7th at Miami. The Brewers lead the Marlins 2-0. Now Ryan ready, and the first pitch to McPherson. Next swing on a breaking ball. Did he go around? No. It's third base umpire Scott Kennedy, and that's ball 1. Bottom of the 3rd at San Diego. The Padres lead the Pirates 2-1. Mark Loretta with his 13th home run for San Diego. 1-0 to McPherson. Ripped towards right. Guile going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. A 3-run homer for Dallas McPherson. His 13th of the year for the Stingers. And his 33rd of the year overall. And it's now a 6-2 Salt Lake lead. Oh, McPherson now with 32 runs batted in. 20th home run surrendered by Ryan this year. And that's another Mountain America home equity home run. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mountain America Credit Union. Now here's Jake Thrower, who singled and scored last inning. Pitch on the way, and it's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Stingers now 41 runs over the last 3 games after scoring only 1 in the opener of this series. Now the 0-1, change up high, 1-1 the count on Thrower. McPherson, again between AAA and AA combined, putting up some huge numbers as the fastball sinks low, 2-1. McPherson now with 33 home runs and 101 runs batted in. 2-1 to Thrower. Fastball at the knees outside, 3-1 the count. In the fourth at Los Angeles, the Phillies lead the Dodgers 1-0 on Utley's 11th home run of the year. 3-1 pitch to Thrower, swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Berger drifting back, still drifting back, shy of the track is there, and he makes the over-the-shoulder grab for out number 1. So Thrower retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up Brian Gordon, who struck out swinging his first time up. Bottom of the second at Phoenix, Atlanta leading Arizona 4-0. Chipper Jones and Perez have homered for the Braves. Later on Sunday Night Baseball over on 1320 KFAN, it's the Cubs and the Giants. Kerry Wood against the former Fresno Grizzly Noah Lowry. And earlier, Montreal knocked off Houston 5-2. Roger Clemens suffering the loss as he drops to 12-4. Shortstop Damian Jackson in for a few words with Jason Ryan. So 1 out, nobody on base for Brian Gordon. Stingers leading 6-2 here in the third. The pitch, swing and a tap to the right side. Casanova takes it on the second hop and then brings it himself 4 steps to the bag for the out. So 2 down here in the third. That'll bring up Brent Del Chiaro, who walked in his first AAA at bat and eventually came around to score. Del Chiaro, out of Kansas, signed in 01 after the draft, hit just 158 in his professional debut in 22 games for the Provo Angels. First pitch to Del Chiaro. Swung on in line to center field. Gomez drifting back, draws a beat on it, backpedals and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Stingers scored 3 runs on 2 hits. The big blow, the home run by McPherson, and nobody left on base. After 3 complete, it's the Stingers 6 and Omaha 2 on ESPN 1230.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union, member NCUA and equal opportunity lender.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected. Stay connected with Connected Wireless.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
It's the 4th inning. Stingers leading by a score of 6-2. Raul Casanova, Paul Phillips, and Brandon Berger due up to face right-hander Chris Butchek. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by the Taco Maker, home of the Burrito Babies. Pitch on the way, and it's inside to Casanova, batting left-handed against the right-hander Butchek for ball 1. 3 crisp bean burrito babies, lightly fried in a half-corn, half-flour tortilla filled with homemade beans and cheese for only $1.89 at Taco Maker. 1-0 pitch, a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. In Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers. The double play in this game, the 108th of the year by the Stingers, making the total donation so far $540. 1-1 pitch to Casanova. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. Casanova less than thrilled with the call and has some words for home plate umpire Steve Cox. which means if this next pitch is close, he better be swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Casanova, who finally digs back into the batter's box. Now Buchek ready, the 1-2. Just missed inside. I take it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Usually that's a guarantee of any borderline call going the pitcher's way, but not there. To Steve Cox's credit, I guess. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count as Buchek deals. Breaking ball inside as Casanova jackknifes to get out of the way, and the count's full at 3-2. Casanova, a veteran of 332 Major League games, acquired from the Red Sox by Kansas City back in June for a player to be named later. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is lifted foul. Third base side over the roof and on to 13th south. So it's still 3-2. In 52 games for Pawtucket, Casanova was hitting .270 with a homer and 9 runs batted in prior to the deal. So again, the 3-2 pitch to Casanova. This one drilled to center field. Racing back, Gordon still going back. It's over his head and one hops the wall. Casanova around first, on his way to second base with a leadoff double. His second hit of the ball game and hit number 5 for Omaha. That'll bring up Paul Phillips. He singled to left and scored his first time around. Well, we talk about injury rehab assignments for Major League players at the minor league level. Stingers, of course, have had a few this year. Jeff Devannon is here. Darren Erstad was here earlier, among others. Well, it's even true with umpires. Tell you what happened in Des Moines last night after Buchek's first pitch to Phillips. He bunts third base side, a good one. McPherson charges, makes the barehand pickup and throw. Got him. Nice play by Dallas McPherson. On the bunt attempt, charged hard, made the barehand pickup and throw all in one motion, and got Phillips at first base. 5-3 on the putout, 1 away as Casanova goes to third. That'll bring up Brandon Berger, who singled in a run his first time up. Tim McClellan, who had arthroscopic surgery on his left knee July 9th to repair a torn meniscus, which interrupted his 22-season Major League umpiring career. Trying to get back and rehab last night in Des Moines. The pitch is fouled back, 1 strike on Berger. McClellan is from that area and worked behind the plate last night at Iowa's 11-0 win over Edmonton. He says it's like the first day of spring training in his quads and hamstrings, but the knee feels fine. He's set to rejoin his Major League crew on Tuesday. The 0-1 pitch to Berger from Buchek. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Infield back all the way around. Conceding the run on a ground ball. McClellan, a big 6'6" tall, one of the biggest umpires in baseball. 1-1 pitch on the way to Berger. Swinging a ground ball to third. McPherson looks the runner back to the bag and throws a strike to first for the out. 2 down. Casanova had to stay at third with that 2-hopper to McPherson. That'll bring up Mark Teahan, who grounded into a 3-6-3 double play his first time up. McClellan, because he was from the area, and it's known by the baseball fans there, was the only one of the umpires introduced who received any applause. Pitch on the way. Swung on, line on 1 hop off the glove of thrower into right center field. In to score Casanova as Teahan is safe at first. A sinking liner. That short hop thrower who could not make the backhand pick. It'll likely be a hit. And a run batted in for Teahan, and it is. And now it's a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Stingers. A runner at first, 2 out for Alexis Gomez, who reached on an infield single his first time up. McClellan recently, in a survey of players, coaches, managers, and personnel, named him the most respected umpire in the game in the survey taken by Sports Illustrated. Pitch on the way, a strike down the middle, 0-1. So even the Major League umpires sometimes rehab at AAA. 0-1 the count on Gomez. A runner at first, 2 outs, a run in for Omaha here in the 4th. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner to knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Stingers leading 6-3 here in the 4th. Trying to make it 3 wins in a row for the first time in a long while. Now the 0-2. Low and outside with a fastball. 1-2 the count. Again, the last time they won 3 in a row was in mid-June when they won a game here against Las Vegas, and then the first 2 games of their second visit to Tucson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buchek ready. Here's the pitch to Gomez. Low and outside to the left-hand batter. That evens the count on Gomez at 2-2. Gomez, a volleyball star in high school. Last year led Omaha in triples with 8. Tied for first in hits with 123, and he was 3rd on the Royals roster with 58 runs batted in. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Dropped 3rd strike. Del Chiaro out. The throw to first in plenty of time to get Gomez and record Buchek's 3rd strikeout of the ball game. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 runner left on base after 3.5. It's the Stingers 6 and Omaha 3 on ESPN 1230.
Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach. Oh, funky stud-loving Dublin anchors. Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss. Oh, for the love of Pete. No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 13th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Deseret Power, Zions Bank, KJAS TV, and R.C. Willey.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
The 4th inning. It's a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Gary Johnson, Zach Sorensen, and Adam Riggs, the 9-1 and 2 hitters to face right-hander Jason Ryan. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Omaha. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company that comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. Here's Gary Johnson, who drove in a run with a ground out. Second baseman Ted Hansen his first time up. Ryan's pitch is lined into right center field, a base hit. Racing over to cut it off. Gomez, he can't. The ball rolls to the wall. Johnson around first, on his way to second with a leadoff double. His 12-2 bagger of the season. Hit number 8 in the ball game for Salt Lake. The Stingers with 10 doubles for a new franchise record yesterday, and that's already their 3rd of this game. As Zach Sorensen's the batter, delivered a 2-run single his last time up. By the way, Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. They've swiped 78 bases, making the total donation so far $390 as activity begins to stir in the Omaha bullpen. So Johnson at second base, nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, Sorensen lifts it in the air towards right. Guile back, makes the catch 15 feet in front of the track. Johnson tags at second. He's going to try for third. The throw, the slide, he's safe. Now Johnson advances 90 feet on the fly ball to right, and there's one down here in the 4th. Brings up Adam Riggs, is 0 for 2. Fouled out to the shortstop Jackson down in the Omaha bullpen. Oh, we mentioned there was a stirring of activity, but no one has gotten up to start the throw. Last night, Albuquerque scored 3 runs in the ninth to beat Sacramento 9-8. Only the second time this year in which the River Cats lost a game while entering the ninth inning. Infield in all the way around as Riggs swings and launches one towards center. Gomez going back, still going back. It's off the base of the wall. In to score, Johnson. Riggs around second, racing for third, and he's there with an RBI triple. And the Stingers now lead it 7-3. That for Riggs, his 8th triple. That ties him with former teammate Julio Ramirez, now with Tucson for second in the league. Riggs, who told me earlier this season, matter of fact, maybe down at spring training, that some of his teammates gave him a hard time with all the triples the Stingers had last year. Riggs ended up with none. And he said he was going to take some extra chances this year and go for 3 bases. Well, he's got 8 triples this year. Well, the infield in still, 1 out. A runner at third, a strike in the inside corner to Kotzman. Casey has doubled twice so far in this game. The 8 triples is a career best for Riggs. His previous high 7 with Albuquerque in 1999. There's a liner into left center field, a base hit just over the glove of the leaping shortstop Damian Jackson. It's an RBI single for Casey Kotzman, and it's now an 8-3 Stingers lead. And still only 1 out. Kotzman now with 23 runs batted in, and the batter will be Andres Galarraga, who has singled and walked in 2 plate appearances. So now here's Galarraga, who singled to right and walked. He has scored a run. Now Ryan's pitch. Swung on and popped foul down the right field side and into the first row. A nice catch made by the fan with a glove. 1 strike, the count on the big cat. A good catch by that fan in the front row, down by the tarp. No balls, 1 strike. Now Ryan's pitch. Galarraga takes a curveball strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. In fact, last year, Riggs' only triple came with the Angels. Galarraga takes low, 1-2 the count. Two runs across. Stingers 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. In the last 2 games, they've only had 2 zeros up on the board. First inning today and the 6th inning yesterday. Galarraga takes a breaking ball low and outside, 2-2. And you go back to Friday's game. They scored 13 runs, although there were 4 innings in which they didn't score. They had 11 runs after the first 2. Now the 2-2 to Galarraga. Tried to check his swing on a breaking ball. Did not in time. It'll be a strikeout for Jason Ryan, and there's 2 down here in the fourth. If there's anything that's a good sign for Andres, that's only his 2nd strikeout since joining the Stingers. So a runner at first, 2 out. Here's McPherson. Dallas 2 for 2 with a 3-run homer his last time up. Also in that Sacramento loss to Albuquerque. Here's a pitch. Change up low and outside, ball 1. The River Cats were held homerless for the first time in 15 games. That streak tied a River Cat franchise record. The no balls, 1 strike the count. Dallas McPherson at the plate. 2 for 2 in this one, extending his hitting streak to 7 games, which is his longest hitting streak as a Stinger. On the Right-hander Ryan ready. The pitch. McPherson takes low. The outfield straight away. Left-hander up in the Omaha bullpen. Pitch. McPherson swings and lifts it down the left field line. Slicing towards the corner. On the run, Berger near the railing. Reaches over and makes the catch to retire the side. A good effort by Brandon Berger, reaching over the railing down beyond the Omaha bullpen. 2 runs for the Stingers on 3 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on. After 4 complete innings of play, it's the Stingers 8, Omaha 3 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, little fella, gotta change your touch. What you thought was enough might be too much. It's more cushiony than ever before. With Charmin Ultra, less is more. When we say less is more, less is more. It's more absorbent than the regular Ripple brand for sure. What you used to love, now you're gonna adore. Charmin Ultra, less is more. Alexa, Charmin.
Meet Amy and Dawn.
Hi, how are you?
With her family vacation approaching, Amy had her oil changed.
That's right.
So did Dawn.
It's true.
But Dawn got hers changed on Sunday.
On Sunday?
At the mall.
The mall?
Where she shopped while she waited.
You got to shop?
That's because Dawn went to Sears Auto Center.
Wish I did.
For tires, batteries, oil changes, brake service, and shocks, head to Sears Auto Center.
Now through August 14th, all Goodyear tires are on sale. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Sears. Good life, great price.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Face right-hander Chris Buchek. Jackson flying to right his first time at bat. First pitch on the way here from Buchek, and Jackson takes a curveball low, ball 1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers' defensive alignment. Brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. We'll have it for you after the 1-0 pitch to Jackson. Strike. Change up under the letters. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers with Adam Riggs, Brian Gordon, and Gary Johnson in left, center, and right. Dallas McPherson at third, Jack Sorensen at short, Jake Thrower at second, Casey Kochman at first as Jackson rolls 1 to third. Fielded on the knee-high second half by McPherson. The throw across on target and in time for out number 1. Jackson retired. That'll bring up Aaron Guile, the reigning PCL batter of the week. Guile last week, batter of the week, is he went 9 for 27 with 5 homers and 11 runs batted in. He's 0 for 2 in this game, having fly to center field his last time up. Again, the battery, Chris Buchek pitching and Brent Del Chiaro catching. First pitch strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now the pitch. Swinging a foul behind home plate. The count 0-2 now on Guile. Now the left-hand batter awaits. Chris Buchek's 0-2 pitch. Fastball high 1-2 for Omaha. Left-hander Matt White throwing in the Royals bullpen. So it's likely we'll see him come in the bottom of the 5th. Guile swings, pops it up to the right of home plate, foul. That one's headed into the upper deck. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Guile. Pitcher of the week last week, by the way, was Nelson Figueroa of Nashville. A complete game 3-hit shutout against the Stingers. 1-2 pitch to Guile, swinging a foul back into the screen. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That Twins-A's game going to the bottom of the 12th, still tied 3-3. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Kyle strikes out. Strikeout number 4 for Buchek. And there's 2 down here in the 5th. That'll bring up Jed Hansen, who's 0 for 2. He's called out on strikes in the first, fly to left in the 3rd. Victor Martinez homered with 1 out of the 9th. Indians and White Sox tied at 2. A complete rundown of all the scores coming up in the top of the 6th inning. Texas has already lost. The A's and the Twins tied in the 12th. There's a rocket to left field. Riggs looks up. That ball's up there. It's out there, and it's gone. A line drive home run for Jed Hansen, his 22nd of the year. And it's now an 8-4 ball game in favor of the Stingers. Hansen's 63rd run batted in. For Buchek, the 17th homer that he has surrendered this year. Now, 2 out, a run in, nobody on base for Jared Patterson, who's flied to left and taken a called 3rd strike. Seventh hit of the ball game for Omaha. The pitch, a fastball high, ball 1. And Iowa in for a 4-game series. 7 o'clock starts tomorrow and Wednesday with a twilight doubleheader at 6 on Tuesday. 1-0 pitch. Patterson takes high and outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. And now the catcher Del Chiaro out to talk with Buchek. So another high-scoring game here. 8-4 the score in favor of the Stingers here in the 5th. After 13-11 game here on Friday night in favor of the Stingers, and Salt Lake winning last night 22-10. 2-0 pitch to Patterson, a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Buchek with a win would tie Steve Green for 5th all-time in the wins department in franchise history, as Patterson's taking a strike with a fastball at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. 3rd ball, low and inside to the left-hand batter, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Chris at 19 and 19 as a Stinger. 3-2 pitch is lined through the middle and into center field, a base hit. So Patterson aboard with a 2-out single. That'll bring up Raul Casanova. He has singled and doubled, scored twice in his 2 plate appearances. So Casanova the batter. Yeah, Iowa coming to town. They feature, among others, Denny Hocking, one of the original Salt Lake Buzz from 94 through 96. Now Buchek ready to pitch. Just a little bit outside at the knees. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield back with 2 outs. The outfield playing Casanova to pull towards right. The pitch. Just missed outside at the belt. 2-0. That could very easily be 0-2 right now. Instead, it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Patterson the lead at first. Now Buchek ready to pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. 2-1. And now Casanova's unhappy. And somebody in the Omaha dugout with some words for Cox as well. To be honest, ball 1 or ball 2 looked more like a strike than strike 1 did. 2 balls, 1 strike. Casanova steps out as the home plate umpire Cox still in conversation with the third base dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. 8-4 Stingers here in the 5th. Now Buchek from the belt, the 2-1. Fastball outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. We saw a very strange, bizarre, all over the place strike zone from Cox here on Friday, or on Thursday, and we're seeing it again today. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitchers and hitters have no clue what a strike is right now. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner at the belt. The count is full at 3-2. And again, that one looked more like a ball than did balls 1 or 2. So the count is full at 3-2. Probably all kinds of thoughts going through Casanova's head. A payoff pitch from Buchek with a runner going, swinging a broken bat looper into left that falls in for a base hit. Holding at second base rather is Patterson. And now runners are at first and second with 2 out. And the batter will be Paul Phillips, who's 1 for 2. Tried to bunt his way on his last time up, but McPherson at third made a nice bare hand pickup and throw to first to get the out. So 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for the Royals here in the 5th. Oakland and the Twins have now gone to the 13th inning. Still tied, 3-3. Buchek ready. The first pitch to Phillips. Swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher Del Chiaro for a strike. 0-1 as Phillips was out in front of an off-speed pitch that time, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Patterson with a lead at second base. Casanova at first. Now Buchek ready. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball just missed a little low, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Phillips. He missed all of 2001 and 2002 due to an elbow injury. Time called as Phillips steps out. And Iowa in tomorrow. Now the 1-1. Curveball is low, and the count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. And the Royals just 1 batter away from bringing the tying run to the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Buchek delivers. Curveball low, and now the count is 3-1. And a wide one would load him up. Three balls, 1 strike, the count on Phillips. Again, Patterson at second, Casanova at first with the lead. Buchek ready. The pitch. Curveball low again, and the bases are loaded. That's the first walk issued by Chris. The inning started very quietly as Buchek retired the first 2 batters on a ground out and a strikeout, but then Hansen homered. Patterson and Casanova each singled. Phillips has walked to load the bases for Brandon Berger. Berger singled in a run in the second inning, grounded out to third in the 4th. Berger 1 for 1 this year, batting with the bases full. Now checking the Iowa game notes, we do have the pitching matchup for the upcoming series. We'll get to that in just a moment. Bases loaded, 2 out. Stingers leading 8-4. Buchek ready. The pitch to Berger. Low and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. The outfield, a couple of steps around towards left for Berger. The infield is back. Buchek looks in, gets his sign from Del Chiaro. The 1-0 pitch to Berger. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. One and one the count. One ball, 1 strike the count on Berger. Buchek ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground foul through the coach's box at third. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martin on deck. Chris Buchek of the Stingers hoping he leads off the 6th rather than bats here in the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Now Buchek nods in agreement with the sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Berger. Reaches out and pops it up behind first base. Backpedaling Kotzman now drifts into foul territory to make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on the home run by Hansen, 3 hits, no errors, and the Royals strand 3. Halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's the Stingers 8, Omaha 4 on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
If you're looking for some great food, let's go get it fresh and get it hot. Taco Maker has the best food. Let's go, we know you'll get a lot. Hey!
Discover the fresh taste of the Taco Maker. We fry our own taco shells and tortilla chips daily to make them crispy fresh. Our homemade salsas and sauces are the talk of the town. And our refried beans are made from scratch every morning. We use real ground beef and marinate tasty all-white meat chicken with our own marinade recipe. We're keeping it real with real Monterey cheddar cheeses. Hey, it's time you got a taste of the Taco Maker.
Get it fresh and get it hot. We know you'll get a lot. Hey!
Taco Maker Bean Burrito Babies are back. Mini crisp bean burritos rolled in a corn flour tortilla, and you get 3 in every order for only $1.89. How many Bean Burrito Babies can you eat? 3, 6, 9? Get your hot, crispy Bean Burrito Babies while they last, only at the Taco Maker.
Taco Maker, Taco Maker. Fresh and get it hot. Make fresh.
To the bottom of the 5th inning, left-hander Matt White comes on for Jason Ryan here in the 5th. And for White, this will be his 17th appearance of the year, his 13th out of the bullpen for Omaha. He's won 1 and lost 2 with 1 save and a 4.81 earned run average. White worked a scoreless inning here on Thursday night. White 6'1", 180 in his 7th year. He'll face Jake Thrower, Brian Gordon, and Brent Del Chiaro. A rough outing for Jason Ryan, 4 innings of work. He gave up 10 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 2 and walked 2, and allowed 1 home run. So Matt White to face Jake Thrower first. Thrower has singled to right field and fly to left. So White on to start the 5th inning for the Omaha Royals. Left-hander ready, and the pitch. One attempt foul at the third base side. Strike 1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Omaha defensive alignment. Courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Brandon Berger in left, Alexis Gomez in center, Aaron Guile in right. Mark T in at third, Damian Jackson at short. Jed Hansen at second, and Raul Casanova at first. A battery of Matt White pitching, and Paul Phillips catching. So 1 strike the count on Thrower. Leading things off for the Stingers here in the 5th. Now White's pitch. Swung on, speared on 1 hop by White. Return of the toss to first for the out. That ball was ticketed for center field. But White able to reach out and snare that sharply hit ground ball and turned it into an out. One away. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Time now to look ahead at the Stingers' schedule, brought to you by University of Utah Football. The defending Mountain West Conference and Liberty Bowl champ play 6 home games this year, starting with Texas A&M and finishing with BYU. First pitch to Gordon on the way. Fastball runs inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. Season tickets are now available at 581-UTIX or online at UtahUtes.com. U of U football, you ain't seen nothing yet. A 1-0 pitch to Gordon. Swung on in line to base hit into right field. Played on the second hop by Aaron Guile, and so Gordon's aboard with a 1-out single. Hit number 11 for Salt Lake. That'll bring up Brent Del Chiaro, who walked and scored in the second, fly to center in the third. Again, taking a look at the rotation now tomorrow night. 7 o'clock game time here at Franklin Covey Field. Corey Lee gets the start for the Stingers against right-hander Kevin McGlinchey for Iowa. Tuesday, Steve Green and Jason Middlebrook are scheduled for the Stingers, facing John Karanka and a starter to be named later by the Iowa Cubs. There's a breaking ball low. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. And tentatively, Jake Woods going for the Stingers against right-hander Sergio Mitre for Iowa. And let me change around that Stinger rotation for you. A 1-0 pitch, instead the toss to first. Almost threw it away. Casanova had to come off the bag. Green will go in game 1 on Tuesday. It's game 2's starter to be announced. Jason Middlebrook will go on Wednesday, which means Jake Woods will start the series in Portland on Friday. 1 ball to count on Del Chiaro. The pitch. Swinging a foul back into the screen. That evens the count at 1-1. Again, the look ahead brought to you by U of U football. You ain't seen nothing yet. And practice begins tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, it's hard to believe, but it's that time of year again. The Hall of Fame football game in Canton, Ohio. Today, Barry Sanders and John Elway inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. 1-1 pitch to Del Chiaro, swung on and lofted towards left center. Drifting back, Gomez now waits for it and makes the catch for the out. Gordon heads back to first, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. Brings up Gary Johnson. Grounded out to bring home a run in the second, doubled and scored, leading off the 4th. A Cub pitching staff that the Stingers will face a tough one. That staff leads the Pacific Coast League with 10 shutouts. That's not easy to do at Sec Taylor Stadium, where it's only about 355, 350 to the alley. 2 out, a runner at first. The pitch. Johnson takes low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Eight to 4 Stingers here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Johnson takes a fastball strike on the inside corner above the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cubs have been shut out 5 times, so 15 of their games this year have ended in shutout one way or the other. They'll be here tomorrow. Now the pitch. Started after it, held up as the fastball catches the inside corner again above the knees, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Johnson. Stingers lead 8-4. They've out hit the Royals 11-9 as the 1-2 pitch comes home. Fastball grounded right side past the diving Casanova into right field for a hit. Gordon takes the turn at second, and now he's going to come around to score as Kyle overruns the ball in right field. In to score is Gordon. Johnson advances to second, and it's now a 9-4 game. It'll be a single to right for Johnson. No RBI as Gordon will score on the error by Guile as he overran it in right field. Second error committed by the Royals in the ball game, both from their outfield. So now it is a 9-4 Stingers lead. The batter will be Zach Sorensen, who's 1 for 3, an RBI single in the second inning. that drove in a pair of runs. So runner at second base, 2 outs. And the pitch to Sorensen. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Zach. Stingers did not score in the first. They've scored in every inning since. And have only put 2 zeros on the board over the last 2 days. The pitch. Strike at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zach. And hard to believe, only 1 Saturday night home game left for the Stingers the entire season. The 1-1, swing and a foul at home plate into the glove of the catcher Phillips, 1-2. Stingers are on the road for 3 out of the last 4 Saturdays. Their only home Saturday remaining, the 21st against Las Vegas. Make plans to be here now. It's Fan Appreciation Night with a big fireworks show after the game. Always a great fireworks show here. The 4th and final pyrotechnic show of the year. A 1-2 pitch to Sorensen on the way. Swung on, line towards left, but Berger coming in is there. Reaches up over his cap and makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, it was unearned on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 5 complete innings of play, it's the Stingers 9, Omaha 4 on ESPN 1230.
Attention car buyers. By the order of the general manager, all 2004 Toyota cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans must be moved this weekend.
Toyota is close to winning a very prestigious award, so they're throwing profit out the window. All automobiles will be marked down to the absolute minimum acceptable balance. What this means to you is you could be getting a new Toyota at possibly the lowest prices of the year. Feel trapped in your old auto loan? Then get to Carl Malone Toyota. When you make a deal, they will pay off your old car no matter what you owe. Check out the new gas-efficient Scion. The car of the future is here. Special used car buyers will be on hand to give you above or fair market value for your trade. And remember, your car will never be worth more than it is today. Low credit, no problem. Bring your payment book, your title, your trade, and get absolute minimum acceptable allowance. Sale ends this Monday, so get in early for best selection. Carl Malone Toyota. Exit 106 South off 515 next to Costco. I am responsible for all title tag and dealer fees.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
We go to the 6th inning, 9-4 the score in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Mark Teahan, Alexis Gomez, and Damian Jackson. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the Omaha batting order to face right-hander Chris Butchek. Mark Teahan 1 for 2. He had an RBI single his last time up. It's also time for our 6th inning update of all the other scores around baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. First pitch to Teahan, low and outside, ball 1. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 1 ball to count on the left-hand batter. The pitch swung on in line towards left. Riggs back, waiting, reaches up and makes the Bill the cap-high catch for out number 1. Teahan hit a rocket towards left, but right at Adam Riggs. 1 away. Here's Alexis Gomez, 1 for 2. At Des Moines, Iowa defeated Edmonton 8-2. Sean Sedlacek, the winner, 8-5. Scott Downs, the loser, 9-5. The Trappers continue to slump. They've lost 9 of 11 and 4 in a row. Cookie Dawkins and Fernando Lunar homer for the Cubs as there's a changeup outside at the knees, ball 1. Valentino Pascucci at his 22nd of the year for Edmonton. A 1-0 to Gomez. Fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. In the 8th at Las Vegas, the 51s lead Memphis 4-3. In the 9th at Oklahoma, Tacoma's out in front of the Red Hawks 6-3. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Gomez. The pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right. Johnson back to the wall. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A home run for Alexis Gomez, his 6th of the year, and it's now a 9-5 ball game. Second home run of the game for the Royals. Both have come with the bases empty, however. And that'll bring up Damian Jackson, who's 0 for 2. He's fly to right and bounced to third. At Colorado Springs, Fresno scored 5 of the 9th to beat the Sky Sox 9-5. Lance Negro with a pair of home runs for the Grizzlies, his 9th and 10th. Portland at New Orleans. They'll be getting started in about 15 minutes from now. Later on, Sacramento at Albuquerque. Nashville at Tucson. Here's a fly ball to left. Rick slipped on his start, and it drops in front of him for a base hit. Adam had his feet go out from under him a little bit as he tried to make his start in towards the ball. And by the time he could recover, he couldn't catch up, and Jackson safe at first with a single. As activity begins to stir now down on the Stinger bullpen. Aaron Guile 0 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. Brandon Emmanuel up in the Stingers bullpen. The first pitch from Buchek to Guile. Fastball outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. In the American League, they're in the bottom of the 14th at Minnesota. Twins 3, Oakland 3. Twins scored a run in the bottom of the 8th to tie it. 1-0 pitch to Guile. Up high with a fastball, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. White Sox batting in the bottom of the 9th, tied with Cleveland at 2-2. Victor Martinez homer in the top of the 9th. Evening up the score as the Indians try for the sweep. They've moved ahead of Chicago into second place in the American League Central. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the pitch. Kyle takes a breaking ball inside, and it's 3-0. Jed Hanson's due next. Again, the Angels and the Royals get started a little over an hour from now. John Lackey for Anaheim and Mike Wood for Kansas City. 3 balls, no strikes on Guile. The pitch swung on the green light on 3-0. Johnson going back. The wind's got a hold of it. He's at the wall. Jumps. He can't get it. It's gone. A 2-run homer for Aaron Guile. And it's now a 9-7 ball game. So Guile with his 10th home run of the year and his 3rd of this series. As a homer, a single, and a homer have followed the initial line out to left. And now Jed Hansen, the batter. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Speaking of home runs, Detroit hit 7 today and still lost to the Red Sox 11-9. Ivan Rodriguez and Eric Munson each hitting 2. Carlos Pena, Dimitri Young, and Craig Monroe also go deep. Homer Buzz, first baseman David Ortiz, homers for Boston. There's a pitch high and off the glove of Del Chiaro, ball 1. Bernie Williams hit a grand slam in the first, and the Yankees coasted to an 8-2 win over Toronto. Tampa Bay topped Seattle 5-1, and Baltimore pounded Texas 11-5. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner under the bell, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, bases empty here in the 6th. Buchek deals. Curveball strike on the outside corner. Peniz 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 9th in Denver. Colorado has scored 4, but they still trail Cincinnati 14-7. Former Omaha Royal Kit Pello with a home run in the 9th. Time called at home plate. At San Diego, the Padres batting in the bottom of the 6th, trailing Pittsburgh 3-2. After 6 in L.A., the Phillies lead the Dodgers 2-0. Breaking ball into the dirt. Blocked They appeal the check swing. No swing. This is Angel Campos at first. And the count on Hansen is even at 2-2. Bottom of the fourth at Arizona. The Braves lead the Diamondbacks 10-0. Later on tonight over on 1320 KFAN, it's the Cubs and the Giants on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Kerry Wood for Chicago against Noah Lowry for San Francisco. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hansen as Buchek deals. Swinging a foul to the right of home plate over the roof. Still 2-2. Montreal down Houston and Roger Clemens 5-2. The Cardinals roll on. They beat the Mets 6-2. And Milwaukee shuts out Florida 2-0. Chris Capuano and Danny Colt combined on the 7-hitter. Dontrell Willis pitches well but takes the loss for Florida. The 2-2 again to Hansen. Swing and a miss at a slow breaking ball. Hansen out in front of it. Strikeout number 5 for Chris Buchek. And that's going to be all for Chris, as Mike Brumley's going to make the move here. Buchek probably way up there in his pitch count right now. Brandon Emanuel ready to go. And so Mike Brumley's going to make his connected wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205-FREE for the location nearest you. Again, Brandon Emanuel coming on to pitch. We'll tell you all about him in 1 minute here on ESPN 1230.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Brandon Emanuel comes out for the 29th time this year. His 22nd visit out of the bullpen. Emanuel has won 2 and lost 8 with 2 saves and a 6.64 earned run average. The PCL batting .336 against right-hander Brandon Emanuel. It'll be Jared Patterson to face Emanuel with 2 outs and the bases empty. Twins did not score in the bottom of the 14th, so they're headed to the 15th, tied with Oakland at 3-3. So the line on Chris Buchek, 5 2/3 innings of work, 12 hits, 7 runs all earned, 5 strikeouts, a walk, and 3 home runs allowed. First pitch to Patterson, a strike, a breaking ball in the inside corner to knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. 9-7 Salt Lake here in the 6th. There's a fastball in at the knees, a strike, 0-2. The last 3 of the last 4 games here at Franklin Covey Field, prior to this one, both teams have scored in double digits. Hasn't been the case this year. The scoring hasn't been all that high here compared to some years. There's a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. The last game of the previous homestand, Portland beat the Stingers 16-11. After Omaha won here on Thursday 6-1, the Stingers have won 13-11 and 22-10. 1-2 pitch to Patterson, line down the left field line, but slicing foul into the seats. And the count remains 1-2. This one is a 9-7 ball game in the 6th. 1-2 the count on Jared Patterson, who's 1 for 3. Emanuel ready to pitch. Swing and a foul tip hung on to by Del Chiaro for the strikeout. And that retires the side. 3 runs, 3 hits. Nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Stingers 9 Omaha 7 on ESPN 1230.
Right in a frickin' helmet.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230, the worldwide leader in sports.
Hey, it's the right now.
Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill shows associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Stingers out in front of Omaha by a score of 9-7. It'll be Adam Riggs, Casey Kotzman, and Andres Galarraga, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face lefty Matt White, who took over in the 5th and gave up an unearned run. Riggs, 1 for 3 with an RBI triple his last time up. First pitch from the left-hander White. Riggs swings, chops one toward short. Backhanded on the bell high bounce by Jackson. The throw to first. Gets Riggs by a step and a half for round number 1. 4,018 on hand here on a Sunday afternoon. 1 out for Casey Kotzman, who's 3 for 3. 2 doubles, a single, 1 run scored, and 1 run batted in. That gives him 12 hits in this 4-game series. A 1 out, bases empty as White deals. Inside with a fastball, backs Kotzman away, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Casey. With 1 out, the bases empty here in the 6th. Now White's pitch. Strike, the fastball in the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. White acquired from Cleveland on June the 5th for a player to be named later. Time called as Kotzman steps out. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 7-12 and 2 for Omaha. Kotzman swings and taps it foul behind home plate. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stingers leading by a pair, trying to win 3 in a row. The first time since late June. The 1-2 pitch rather. Kotzman swings, grounds 1 to third. Up with it, T in the step of the throw across on target and in time for the out. 2 down. That'll bring up Andres Galarraga, who's 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out in his plate appearances. That puts him now at a .400 batting average in a Salt Lake uniform. 6 hits and 15 at bats. White began the year at AAA Buffalo. And the first pitch cut out and missed a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. White, 13 appearances, 4 starts for the Bison. The Indians' AAA affiliate, as the pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. White was 2-2, but with a 5.97 ERA for Buffalo. Now the 1-1 pitch to Galarraga on the way. Low and inside for a ball, 2-1. The count on Galarraga. I don't believe White did get into any Cleveland games. And acquired for a player to be named later by Kansas City from Cleveland on June 5th. Originally drafted in the 15th round by Cleveland in '98 out of Clemson. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter. The count on Galarraga goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count on the Big Cat. Now White ready, the pitch. Swing and a rocket foul up the first base side. And Netman lunging over not only missed the ball, but almost went head over heels over the railing. I don't know that I've ever seen a ground ball heat Netman up like that. 3-2 payoff pitch to Galarraga. Slow curve, drops in low for ball 4. Second time that he has received a base on balls. First walk issued by White. 2 down. A runner at first for Dallas McPherson, who singled and scored in the second. He had a 3-run homer in the third and lofted a fly down the left field line that Brandon Berger, the left fielder, made a nice catch on over the railing in foul territory down the left field line. So 2 outs, Galarraga at first. 9-7 Stingers in the 6th. First pitch to McPherson. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Big thrower due next. Casanova, the first baseman, playing behind Galarraga. He's not going anywhere. There's a swing and a ground ball foul at the first base side. A little bit slower, a little bit easier for Netman to be able to scoop, but now he can't. It didn't get to him. Now he finds the baseball and scoops it up. 0-2 the count on McPherson. Outfield, straight away and deep. White ready, the 0-2. Low and outside into the dirt, gloved by Phillips, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, last night, 15 doubles in the game, just 2 shy of the PCL record that was set on October the 8th, 1911, in a game between Vernon and Portland. 1-2 the count. White's pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs for the first time in a half inning for the Stingers since the first. No hits, a walk, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 7th. Stingers 9, Omaha 7 on ESPN 1230.
Last year, the Salt Lake City area experienced 40 days of air quality so poor we were all advised not to exercise outside, and the young, elderly, and those with cardiac and respiratory problems were told not to venture outside at all. Our health and economic development prospects are harmed in very real ways by poor air quality. We all deserve far better than this. This is Mayor Rocky Anderson. We can reduce air pollution, but everyone needs to pitch in. On any given day, 60% of air pollutants come from cars and trucks. In planning for future transportation needs, we can move away from expensive new highways and greater dependence on the automobile. We can each use mass transit or drive an alternative fuel vehicle. My natural gas Honda Civic burns 97% cleaner than its gas-powered counterpart. Walking and bicycling are other healthy options. If we each do our part, our air will be cleaner and our community will be healthy.
Courtesy of the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless.
All right, we head to the 7th inning. Stingers leading Omaha 9-7. It'll be Raul Casanova, Paul Phillips, and Brandon Berger. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up to face right-hander Brandon Emanuel, who came on last inning and struck out the only batter he faced. So Casanova, 3 for 3 stands in, 2 singles and a double. First pitch on the way, he chops that one high off his front foot, and that is strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Wait a minute, the home plate umpire, Steve Cox, said it didn't hit him in the foot. Ball had to have hit off his foot as high as that one bounced. Now the home plate umpire, Steve Cox, is going to bring the other umpires in to discuss the call. Looked from here anyway that it went off his foot the way it bounced. And apparently they're saying that it didn't hit him in the foot. And Casanova can't believe it. So 1 out. He's pointing out how could he have that ball bounce so high in the air if it didn't hit him in the foot. So 1 out, Paul Phillips, the batter. Well, Omaha bench has been less than enthralled with Cox all day long, and now Mike Shelley, the manager, getting a few more words in before he heads back to the third base coach's box. Casanova finally going into the dugout after voicing some of his displeasure. So 1 out here in the 7th inning. Emanuel ready, and the pitch to Phillips. Swinging a roller towards third. McPherson to his left, scoops it up and throws to first in plenty of time to get Phillips. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Brandon Berger, who's 1 for 3. An RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Emanuel got the win in relief here a couple of days ago, giving up 2 runs, one of them unearned. See where former Stingers pitcher Yoshi Mizuo had to come out with a stiff shoulder to start down at Arkansas a couple of days ago. The rest of his season may be in jeopardy at this point. 1 ball to count on Berger, and the pitch from Emanuel. Breaking ball low, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 out, bases empty in the 7th. Stingers leading by 2. The pitch, fastball in at the knees, a strike 2-1. The Twins and the A's are now in the 16th inning, tied at 3-3. No one has scored since the Twins put up a run in the bottom of the 8th. Now Emanuel ready, the 2-1. Berger takes low, ball 3. 3-1 the count with Mark Teahan, the third baseman, on deck. Three balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Line to center field. Brian Gordon racing back to the infield. It's over his head. Bounces up the bottom of the wall under the 420 sign. Berger goes into second base with a 2-out double. That's the 13th hit for the Royals, and that is the first off of Emanuel. So Berger has his 2nd hit of the day and his 5th double of the year. Now here's Mark Teahan, 1 for 3, who singled in a run back in the 4th inning. And he now stands in as the potential tying run. So 2 outs, a runner at second base here in the 7th inning. Now time call is Del Chiaro, the catcher, goes out to have a word with Emmanuel. And the meeting on the mound has adjourned. Again, the Angels and Royals, the two parent clubs of these teams, meeting tonight at Kansas City. The Angels have won the first two games of that series. First pitch to Tian from Emmanuel. Off speed and over at the knees. A strike and it's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Chicago got an RBI double from Ben Davis in the bottom of the ninth to beat Cleveland 3-2. Move back into a tie with the Indians for second in the American League Central. Now the 0-1. Fastball low, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Stingers in their half of the 7th inning. They'll have thrower Gordon and Del Chiaro due up. Now Emmanuel ready. The 1-1 pitch to Tian. Down low, ball 2, 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ian looking up the line at manager Mike Triscelli in the coach's box over at third, or at least in the neighborhood of the coach's box at third. Brandenburger, the runner at second base with 2 outs as Tian steps out. Now the left-hand batter back in. Emmanuel ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and lifts it foul. Third base side over the roof and out of play. 2-2 the count. Quickly, let's find out who's hitting the cover off the ball in the PCL. Brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Calvin Pickering of Omaha leads the league with 31 home runs. Luis Garcia of Las Vegas hit one last night to move into sole possession of second place with 27. Bucky Jacobson of Tacoma now with Seattle with 26. Andy Tracy of Colorado Springs, Phil Hyatt of New Orleans tied at 25. Now the 2-2 to Tian. Breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by Del Chiaro. And now the count is full at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Tian. Alexis Gomez on deck. He homered his last time up to start the scoring in a 3-run 6th. Most of the folks have made it to the shade on this long, hot Sunday afternoon. Now the 3-2 pitch from Emmanuel. Just missed a little bit inside. He walked him. And now the umpires in the green seats voice their displeasure over that call. Just the second walk issued by Salt Lake pitching in the game. And now the batter is Alexis Gomez. 2 for 3 with that home run. Now the Royals have the potential tying runs on base. With 2 out, the first 2 batters retired on grounders. Now the pitch to Gomez. Swing and a miss, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Brandon Emmanuel, fastball curve, changeup pitcher. 1-2 the count. 0-1 the count. Now Emmanuel looks in, gets the sign from Del Chiaro, but time called as yet another Omaha batter steps out of the batter's box. Now Gomez back in. Emmanuel set. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and chopped up the first base side, and it goes foul for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Gomez. With Damian Jackson due next. We're in the top of the 7th inning, 9-7 Salt Lake. Stingers with 3 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. Omaha, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. The outfield playing Tian to pull, or rather Gomez to pull, around towards right. Berger at second, Tian the runner at first. The 0-2 pitch to Gomez. Curve just missed inside at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both bullpens are quiet for the time being. Now Emmanuel sets the glance towards second, the 1-2 home. Swinging a ground ball right side. Diving attempt by Thrower, but it's underneath his body into right field for a base hit. Berger will score. Teagan stops at second. And it's now a 9-8 ball game as Gomez drives in his second run. Thrower making the diving attempt, but the ball actually went underneath his torso into right field. That's a ball he needs to knock down to keep that run from scoring. Now it's a 1-run game. The tying run at second. And the go-ahead run at first, and Damian Jackson's the batter. He's 1 for 3. He singled to left and scored last inning. So now a 9-8 ball game in favor of Salt Lake. Again, after 2 outs, nobody on base, a run has come home. Now the pitch to Jackson. Strike. Breaking ball in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Ian with a tying run in his back pocket at second. Gomez, the potential lead run at first. Now the 0-1. Low and outside of the right-hand batter. That evens the count at 1-1. Oakland did not score in the top of the 16th, so it's still the A's 3 and the Twins 3. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jackson. The pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Del Chiaro as the ball rolls up the third baseline. And the count on Jackson, 2 balls and 1 strike. Aaron Guile do X. He had a 2-run homer his last time up. Outfield playing Jackson the bull. Emmanuel trying to get out of the inning with the lead in tow. Now Emmanuel ready. Brandon's 2-1 pitch to Jackson. Swing and a foul back to the base of the screen, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And 7 o'clock tomorrow, the Iowa Cubs pay a visit. Two and 2 the count on Jackson. Don't forget tomorrow night, Harmon's family night. Mom, Dad, and all the kids up to a total of 7 get into General Reserve seating together for just $10 as the curveball from Emmanuel misses low. And the count is now full at 3-2. And now the runners will automatically be on the move with the pitch. With the runners at first and second, 2 out, and a full count on the hitter Jackson. Now Emmanuel from the belt, the 3-2 payoff pitch. The runners go, swinging a liner, and a leaping catch made by McPherson to take a hit, and an RBI away. Oh, Dallas timed his jump perfectly to rob Damian Jackson. And that's our impossible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 7th inning stretch time, brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness, now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, Stingers 9, Omaha 8 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So let me just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, this is Andy. We can do anything for you. Love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
What's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
And you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Thrower to come off to start the seventh inning for the Stingers. Ryan Gordon and Brent Del Chiaro to follow. Stingers with a one-run lead. Take 1 through 3. Bounce back to the mound his last time up. Stingers have been up by as many as 5 in this game. Now the pitch. Fastball in at the knees to Thrower for a strike, and it's 0-1. Stingers in need of a Geico insurance run or two. The first time the Stingers extend a lead after the 5th inning, that's the Geico insurance run. The 0-1 to Thrower. Sinks down low. 1-1 the count. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico insurance run of the game. So far this year, there have been 31, making the total donation $310. 1-1 fastball, a strike on the inside corner at the bell, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes, the count on Thrower. Matt White beginning his 3rd inning of relief. Now White ready, the 1-2. Swing and a foul as Jake pounds that one off his front foot. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Stingers trying to win 3 in a row and win a series. For a series win they're going for since right before the All-Star break when they took 3 out of 4 from Las Vegas down at Cashman Field. Now the left-hander White ready, and again the 1-2. High and outside, a ball 2-2. The Stingers last won a series at home against Las Vegas, June 22nd through the 25th, when they took 3 out of 4 from the 51. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Thrower. The pitch. Curve ball, strike 3 called on the outer half of the plate at the knees. That's the 2nd strikeout for White. They've come consecutively. 1 down here in the 7th. Here's Brian Gordon, 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 5th inning. Minnesota up and down in order in the bottom of the 16th. So they go to the 17th. A's 3, Twins 3. So 1 out, nobody on. As White delivers a fastball grounded on 1 hop to first, backhanded by Casanova. He'll take it 4 steps to the bag, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the Stingers' 7th. Brings up Brent Del Chiaro, walked in the 2nd inning and scored. Since then, he's twice flied to center field. Home plate umpire Steve Cox out to the mound to supply pitcher Matt White with a new baseball. The 2 out, nobody on base. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. 8 runs, 14 hits, and 2 errors for Omaha. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch. Swinging a foul back, strike 1. Stingers, the difference in this ball game right now, the 1-run lead, courtesy of an unearned run. The Stingers picked up in the 5th inning. Brian Gordon scoring all the way from first base on a single to right when Aaron Guile overran the ball in right field. The 0-1 pitch, Del Chiaro takes a strike, a curveball at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And over on 1320 K-Fan at about 5:37. The Cubs and the Giants from San Francisco. The 0-2 pitch, low and inside a ball, 1-2 the count. ball and 2 strikes on Brent Del Chiaro, his first AAA start. The 1-2 pitch, curveball low and inside, 2-2. He came in the other night when Tom Gregorio was ejected in the 9th inning. That made Brent the 52nd different player used by the Stingers this year, and that's a franchise record. The old mark of 51 set during the 2000 season. 2-2 pitch, Del Chiaro takes low, and the count's full at 3-2. After the Yankees pounded the Blue Jays today, Toronto has fired manager Carlos Tosca. First base coach John Gibbons named the interim manager. That happening after today's game in New York. Now the 3-2 to Del Chiaro. Change up high and outside. He walked him. So the Stingers with a base runner at first with 2 outs. Second walk issued to Del Chiaro in the ball game, and that'll bring up Gary Johnson. Gary 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a run batted in, and 1 run scored. So Carlos Tosca out and now a pinch hitter for Johnson. Alec Pelaez is batting, so playing the percentages here. Mike Brumley wanting to use the right-handed hitting Alex Pelaez to pinch hit. And this shakeup of the Stingers lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top, which is now serving their fresh Bear Lake Raspberry Shakes. Cool vanilla ice cream blended with tons of fresh Bear Lake raspberries, heaping inches over the top of the cup. At Jake's, they don't stop at the top. So Alex Pelaez pinch hitting, 1 for 6 yesterday with a double. First pitch is high, ball 1. Overall, Pelaez on the year batting .324, 15 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, and 52 runs batted in. A rare use of a pinch hitter by the Stingers this year. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a tap up the third base side, and it's going to be a foul ball. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Only the 12th time that Mike Brumley has used a pinch hitter this year. For Pelaez, his first pinch hitting appearance. So runner at first base, 2 out, 1-1 the count on Alex. Now the lefty White ready, and the 1-1. Fastball high, 2-1. It's interesting that Carlos Tosca, the Toronto manager, was fired during my game prep earlier today. I was listening to the Blue Jays Yankees broadcast, and their general manager was on with the former voice of the Salt Lake Gulls, Jerry Howard, as Pelaez pops it up third base side. Foul ground. T and the third baseman calling everyone off, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. And he was dropping some comments that indicated he wasn't happy with some of the way the situational hitting was being executed. That a direct reflection, I think, on the manager, and sure enough, he gets fired after the game. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 8th. Stingers 9, Omaha 8 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors. Automotive excellence.
As we go now to the top of the eighth. Salt Lake leading by a score of 9-8. Alex Pelaez stays in the ball game to play second base. Jake Grower, the second baseman, moves to short. The shortstop Sorensen moves to center. The center fielder Gort replaces Gary Johnson, whom Pelaez pitch hit for, over in right field. Brandon Emanuel still out of the mound, as he'll face Aaron Guile, Jed Hansen, and Jared Patterson, the top of the order for Omaha. The first pitch to Guile, a strike at the knees, 0-1. Guile 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer his last time up. 9-8, Stingers here in the eighth. Now Emanuel's pitch, just outside at the knees, evens the count at 1-1. Guile overall 1 for 4 in the ball game. And first base coach John Gibbons takes over for Carlos Tosca as manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-1 to Guile. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. Tosca took over as manager on June 3rd of 2002. Some high expectations not met by the Blue Jays this year. 1-2 pitch on the way, and Guile takes a fastball outside at the belt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tosca wound up with 189 wins as manager of Toronto, 191 losses. 2-2 to Guile on the way. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. That may have been the new splitter that Emanuel has. And there's 1 out here in the 8th. So 1 out for Jed Hansen, who's 1 for 4, including a solo homer in the 5th inning. Been amazing today. The Tigers hit 7 home runs and lost 11-9. So 1 out, nobody on. I believe it was Tosca who, when he was hired, replaced Buck Martinez, who went back to ESPN after his release. First pitch to Hansen. Breaking ball, strike at the knees, 0-1. Colorado Rockies pitcher Aaron Cook, it was discovered, has blood clots in both lungs and will miss the rest of the season. He came out of yesterday's game in the 3rd inning when he was lightheaded and dizzy. 0-1 fastball, strike at the letters, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Clint Hurdle, the Colorado manager, said that Cook's condition is not life-threatening, and the 25-year-old right-hander is being treated with blood thinners. They say it's a 6-month process before he's healthy again. 0-2 to Hansen, line towards left. Riggs coming on. He'll make the belt high grab for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Omaha 8th. That'll bring up Jared Patterson, who's 1 for 4. Wide to left. He has struck out twice, and he has singled to center field. Mike Piazza of the Mets missed his 2nd straight start today with a sore left knee and left wrist. They hope to have him back in the lineup on Tuesday after an off day tomorrow. First pitch to Patterson, low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Manny Ramirez scratched from the Red Sox lineup today because of flu-like symptoms. 2nd straight game that he has sat out. Former Buzzman David McCarty took his place in the lineup. 1-0 to Patterson, sinks down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Now activity beginning to stir in the Stingers bullpen. Manuel ready, the 2-0 to Patterson. Low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Well, last inning Omaha got a run after 2 out and nobody on. Count 3-0 on Patterson here after 2 out and nobody on. Outfield shaded towards left. Watch out for the green light on 3-0 here. The pitch. He does have the green light, and he pops it foul behind home plate. Del Chiaro, the mask and helmet aside, has room, slips, falls, and somehow hangs on for the out. What a play by Del Chiaro. He went back to the screen. The wind kept pushing it back in play. And as he went for the ball, his feet went out from under him, but somehow as he was falling, he was able to make the catch and retire Patterson and the side here in the 8th. 3 up, 3 down go the Royals. And after 7.5, it's the Stingers 9, Omaha 8 on ESPN 1230.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
So, when's the last time you got a bonus? Well, now you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks when you buy a 2003 Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle. Yeah, use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. You can also take advantage of great low financing. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele today for your bonus bucks, and you can cruise the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, we head to the 8th inning. Matt White starting his 4th inning of relief. Drops a curveball in on Zach Sorensen for a strike, and it's 0-1. The light standard to the right of home plate. The shadows creeping over the home plate area right now. Sorensen, Riggs, and Kotzman due up. The pitch on the way, and Zach takes low, ball 1. Stingers would love to add an insurance run or two here and also get one more run that would put them in double digits for the 3rd straight game, one shy of the franchise record. A 1-1 to Sorensen. Swung on in line, foul up the first base side. Good catch by Greg Jones, protecting the backside of Tom Gregorio, catching Derek Turnbow in the bullpen. 1-2 the count on Zach. They've gone to the 18th inning at Minnesota. Still, the Twins 3 and the A's 3. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Sorensen. Now White delivers. Breaking ball low, 2-2 the count. Sorensen on the day, 1 for 4. That won a 2-run single back in the 2nd inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. White delivers. Sorensen swings. It's a one-hopper over the mound. The second baseman Henson charges gloves and has no play. Once that ball bounced over the outstretched glove of White, he had no chance, did the second baseman Henson, of getting the speedy Zach Sorensen. First hit for the Stingers since the 5th inning. It's their 13th hit of the game. The Stingers with a runner at first and nobody out for Adam Riggs. He's 1 for 4. That one, an RBI triple in the 4th. He eventually came around to score. Middle infielders a double play depth. T and even with the bag at third as White delivers low and inside. A ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes the count. In the 9th, Omaha will have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Casanova, Phillips, and Berger due up. 1 ball, the count on Riggs. White ready, the pitch. Riggs sharply hits one on the ground, foul just outside the bag at third, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorensen, the runner at first, leads the Stingers with 15 stolen bases on the year. He's been thrown out 4 times. One ball, 1 strike, the count on out. That one missed by inches of being a double. Now White delivers. Low and inside, a breaking ball scooped up out of the dirt by the catcher Phillips, sliding across to his left. And the count remains 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Riggs. Adam waving that bat out over the plate. Now the left-hander White ready. The 2-1. Swing and a chopper foul over the coach's box at third. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a reminder that it's Harmon's family night tomorrow. Mom, Dad, and all the kids in the immediate household get into General Reserve sitting together up to a total of 7 for just $10. So come on out on what has always been a popular promotion here at Franklin Covey Field. A lob to first, and Sorensen is back. Oakland threatening to take the lead now in the 18th inning at Minnesota with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Two and 2 the count on Riggs. Again, the Angels in third, a game and a half behind the A's when play started today. 2-2 to Riggs. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out. So for Matt White, that's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game, and there's 1 down here in the 8th. Now here's Casey Kotzman, who's 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, a run scored, and a run batted in. A 1-on, 1-out for the Stingers here in the bottom of the 8th. White ready, the pitch. Kotzman takes low and inside. A ball, 1-0. White's got that fastball that he turns over and tails in towards left-hand batters. That one, though, moved in too far. The count's 1-0. Now White ready, the glance towards first. And the toss over, and Sorensen is back. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Kotzman. 3 hits today. He now has 12 hits and 18 at-bats in this series. Again, the move to first, just a lob over. And 5 of the 12 hits have been for extra bases. 4,018 the paid here on a Sunday afternoon. Runner at first base, 1 out. White ready. The glance towards first, the pitch. Bounces in front of home plate, blocked by the catcher Phillips. Ball rolls to his left, but not far enough away for the runner to advance. Two balls, no strikes, the count. Now the pitcher, White, out behind the mound with a couple of words for the shortstop, Damian Jackson. As the Stingers have a runner at first base with 1 out. Again, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters will be due up for Omaha in the 9th. Scott Hatteberg's sacrifice fly has put Oakland ahead in the 18th inning at Minnesota, 4-3. Now the 2-0 to Kotzman. Sinks low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 3, 3-0 the count. Andres Galarraga due next. 3 balls, no strikes. Now White ready, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the knees, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sorensen trying to stretch out the lead at first base. Now White ready, the 3-1 to Kotzman. Rip foul in between the coach's box and the bag at first. The count is now full at 3-2. Mike Casey ripped that one, but got the barrel of the bat out a hair too soon and pulled it just foul. So we'll build the count now at 3-2. Stingers 9, Omaha 8 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now Matt White ready, the 3-2 payoff pitch. The runner goes. Pitch is slapped toward third and by the left field line. Into third base goes Sorensen. Kotzman digging for 2, and he's in standing with a double. His 3rd double of the ball game. And the Stingers have runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. As Kotzman punched that one in between the third baseman Tia and the bag. That gives Casey now 11 doubles in a Salt Lake uniform. And now here's Andres Galarraga, who's 1 for 2, and he's walked twice. So the Big Cat with an opportunity here to add to the Stingers' lead. Although with first base open, they're going to intentionally walk him, much to the displeasure of the fans here at Franklin Covey Field. So the bases will be loaded with 1 out for Dallas McPherson. The fans less than thrilled with this strategy, but it shouldn't be of any surprise to them. A's now scored 3 runs and are still batting in the top of the 18th inning, leading Minnesota's. White almost threw that one away. The catcher Phillips had to jump high and to his right to pull that one in. So ball 4 is delivered, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out. McPherson in the game has singled at a 3-run homer, fly to left and struck out. The strikeout, though, was against the current Royals pitcher, Matt White. McPherson, since joining the team, is 0 for 1, batting with the bases loaded. So the Stingers now with Sorensen at third, Kotzman at second, and Galarraga at first. So bases loaded, 1 out. The infield at double play depth all the way around, with the outfield straight away. Now White ready, and the first pitch to Dallas. Swung on and pulled foul into the seats down the first base side for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count, as McPherson was hacking right off the get-go. No balls and 1 strike with Jake Crower on deck. And starter Chris Butchek, still the pitcher of record for the Stingers. No balls, 1 strike the count on McPherson as White deals. Fastball sinks low, evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-hand batter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hits are even at 14 apiece. Stingers lead on the run column, 9-8. Now White ready, the 1-1 to McPherson. Into the dirt, stopped by the catcher Phillips. Got a glove on it, then it glanced off his right foot to his left, but only about 15 feet from home plate. So no chance for the runner at third, Sorensen, to try to score. The 2 balls, 1 strike the count now on McPherson. Phillies beat the Dodgers 4-1. Two balls, 1 strike. White ready from the belt, the 2-1. Curveball outside at the knees, 3-1. No place to put McPherson. A wide one here would force in a run. Again, there is no action in the Omaha bullpen. Three balls, one strike. Now White's pitch. Low, ball 4, and in comes a run. McPherson picks up his 4th RBI of the game, and it's now a 10-8 game. And that's another Geico Insurance run, another $10 to the Air Force Fund, courtesy of Rex Olson, your local Geico rep. So the bases remain loaded with one out for Jake Thrower, who's 1 for 4. Stingers score in double digits for a third straight game. One shy of the franchise record. Thrower at the plate, 4 for 6 with the bases loaded. And he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1, and he's driven in 9 runs in those 6 at bats. So 0-1, the count on Thrower. Kochman at third, Galarraga at second, McPherson at first. White ready, the 0-1 to Thrower. Swung on in line, right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way to the warning track. In to score, Kochman, Galarraga right behind him. And they're going to hold up McPherson at third. It's a 2-run double for Jake Thrower. And the Stingers now lead it 12-8. So Jake continues to deliver with the bases full. He's now 5 for 7. That's his 22nd double, and he now has 46 runs batted in. Center fielder Alexis Gomez able to cut it off just at the edge of the track. That kept McPherson from scoring. Now runners at second and third, still only one out, and Brian Gordon's the batter. He's 1 for 4. Pitch a strike in the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. So a little bit of a cushion now for the Stingers heading into the ninth. The 0-1 pitch to Bryan. Low and inside. A fastball, 1-1. And this Omaha team right now carrying only 10 pitchers. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground foul at the first base side, 1-2. As now a right-hander starts to throw. Probably Justin Heisman, who worked an inning yesterday. We'll wait and see, though. Nope, it's a position player, Corey Hart. They really are shorthanded in the bullpen. Now the 1-2 pitch from White. Low for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stingers leading 12-8. As they have now scored 47 runs in the last 3 games of this series. White ready, the 2-2. Tap fouls. Gordon banged that one off his foot, and he'll walk it off. And the staff for Omaha a little bit short-handed. They've got a doubleheader looming on the horizon Tuesday when they play at Edmonton. Two and two the count on Bryan. Stingers with 3 runs across here in the 8th to lengthen their lead to 12-8. The runners at second and third, 1 out, the infield in all the way around. White ready, the 2-2. Swinging a foul, and that one caught the right arm or shoulder of home plate umpire Steve Cox. He went down on one knee upon initial contact, and now As usual, you see the professional courtesy to give the umpire a chance to shake it off. The catcher, Paul Phillips, will go to the mound, have a few words with his pitcher, White. The first baseman, Raul Casanova, who's also a catcher, will come over. Just give the umpire some time. That's all this meeting is about. Same thing happens when a catcher catches a foul ball and gets shaken up. So the umpire will go out, toss a new ball to the pitcher, take his time, and come back, get the whisk broom out, and clean off home plate. Justin Morneau's just hit a 2-run homer. Still nobody out at the bottom of the 18th. It's now Oakland 6 and Minnesota 5. All those innings and can't score. Now they can't stop them in the 18th inning. Now the 2-2 pitch to Brian Gordon. Change up just a little bit high, and that fills the count at 3-2. Again, still nobody out. Octavio Dotel struggling to try to close that one out as the A's scored 3 in the top of the 18th. Minnesota now has 2 in the bottom half of the 18th, and still nobody out. Although nobody on base either. Now the 3-2 pitch to Gordon. He went around on a breaking ball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Matt White. And there's 2 down here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Brent Del Chiaro, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. The 2 outs, and runners at second and third. Del Chiaro, the 8th man to come to bat in the inning. Last night, Stingers batted around in the second, third, and fourth inning. White ready, and the first pitch to Del Chiaro. Swinging a ground ball right side. Henson, the second baseman, gobbles it up. The toss to first, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the 8th. But they add to their lead with 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on the base paths. And so, after 8 complete innings of play, it's now the Stingers 12 and Omaha 8 on ESPN 1230.
KQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach. Oh, funky dog-loving Dublin anchors. Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss. Oh, for the love of Pete. No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 13th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Marriott Hotels, KFAN Radio, and Citadel Communications.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the Big Green Monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Derek Turnbull on the pitch. The Stingers now lead by 4, so it's not a safe situation for Derek. He's making his 37th appearance of the year, his 36th of the bullpen. Derek 1-5 with 5 saves and a 4.63 earned run average. The BCL hitting .264 against right-hander Derek Turnbull. He'll face Raul Casanova, Paul Phillips, and Brandon Berger, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, 2 up. Stingers leading 12-8, 3 outs away from recording their first series win in 4 weeks. Casanova 3 for 4, and he takes a strike 0-1. It was Casanova in the 7th who thought he had bounced one off his front foot for a foul ball, but they ruled that it did not hit his foot. Apparently a problem down by the bullpen. Some fan with a problem with some words down there by the Omaha bullpen, and Mike Gersheli, the Omaha manager, voicing some concern to the third base umpire Scott Kennedy. No one in security over in that area. No balls, 1 strike the count on Casanova. The pitch on the way, high and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Casanova 3 for 4. Stingers with Riggs, Sorensen, and Gordon, left, center, and right. McPherson, Thrower, Pelaez, and Kotzman, the infield third to first. Turnbow pitching, Del Chiaro catching. 1-1 pitch, Casanova swings and chops it foul to the right. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes as the Stingers try to make it 3 wins in a row. 1-2 the count. Now Turnbow ready, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul just outside the bag at first. So the count remains 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Casanova. Derek Turnbow worked in each of the first 2 games of this series. 2 scoreless innings on Thursday, and he picked up the save with a scoreless 9th on Friday. The 1-2 pitch, and it's high for a ball, 2-2. That's now a final at Minnesota. Oakland beat the Twins 6-5 in 18 innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Line drive cut by Pelaez. A shoulder high grab for out number 1. Casanova hit it hard, but Pelaez 1 quick step to his right, and he made the backhand catch for the first out of the inning. 1 away. That'll bring up Paul Phillips, who's 1 for 3. In about a half hour from now, over on 1320 KFAN, it's the Cubs and the Giants from SBC Park, rubber game of that series. Cubs winning yesterday as Greg Maddux recorded the 300th win of his career. There's a strike call, 0-1. 300 may be, for the rest of this generation, an unachievable goal. Mark Pryor says that maybe 250 should be the magic number now. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Phillips. The pitch. Fastball high, 1-1. I think Randy Johnson's the next closest, but Steve, he is still 41 wins away. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Paul Phillips at the plate. The pitch. Up high, 2-1 the count on the right-hand batter. Again, only 1 major league game currently in progress. They're in the 8th at Phoenix. Atlanta leading Arizona 10-3. Now the 2-1 to Phillips. Swung on, lifted into right center field. A long run for Sorensen. He won't get to it as that ball rolls all the way to the wall. Phillips around second base. He's going to try for 3. Pelaez relay throw won't be in time as Phillips slides in safely with his first triple of the year. And so with that, a runner at third base and only 1 out. Brandon Berger, the batter. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in. Anaheim and Kansas City, though, should be getting started in a couple of minutes or so at Kauffman Stadium. Well, they're underway now. Mike Wood going for Kansas City. He was with the Sacramento River Cats, was the PCL's leading winner with 11 victories, far ahead of everybody else when he was dealt in that Houston, Oakland, Kansas City 3-way deal that involved Carlos Beltran. Wood since has been passed up by Nashville's Nelson Figueroa, who has 12 victories. Chris Cassell of Colorado Springs right behind him now with 10. The 0-1 pitch is looped towards center field. Coming on, Sorensen makes the bill of the cap-high catch for the out and fires a one-hop strike to the plate to hold Phillips at third. Caused some appreciative applause on the throw by Sorensen. 2 outs for Martin, who's 1 for 3. First, Chris Buchek 1 out away from his 8th win and his 20th in a Salt Lake uniform, which would tie him with Steve Green for 5th on the all-time franchise list. A list that is led by LaTroy Hawkins, now the closer for the Chicago Cubs. Turnbull ready, the pitch to Tien. Low for a ball. Hawkins with 32 wins. Mark Redmond with the Oakland A's now with 23. Travis Miller and Shane Bowers each with 22. Steve Green with 20. And Chris Buchek 1 out away from 20. The 1-0 pitch. Tien lifts it in the air to left center field. Riggs and Sorensen on the run. Riggs reaches out, can't get to it as it bounces up against the wall. Phillips will score, and Tien's into second base with an RBI double, and it's now a 12-9 ball game. Now here's Alexis Gomez, who's 3 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in. So Tien's second RBI of the game and his 29th of the year. And Turnbow still in a position to hold on here. He, however, doesn't want Gomez to reach. That would bring Damian Jackson up as the potential tying run. Turnbow ready, the pitch. Line down the left field line, slicing foul just beyond the Royals bullpen for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Back to second base goes Tien. Now Turnbull looks in. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. Here's second base. The shortstop thrower's there, and he puts the squeeze on it, and the Stingers have won 3 in a row and have taken a series. And the Stingers hang on as they score in double digits for a 3rd consecutive game, 1 shy of the franchise record. So in the 9th for Omaha, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left on the base paths. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 12 and the Omaha Royals 9. We'll be back with the 10th inning show coming up next here on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Next time you're outside, take a look skyward, and you'll notice one big change on the skyline. Dishes are coming down, dropping like flies. Now you can get Comcast digital cable as low as $34.95 a month. Only $34.95. So call Comcast at 1-800-262-9072 to sign up today for hundreds of cable and local favorites. And while you're there, ask how to get your rate guarantee for up to 2 years. Plus, keep your eye out for video on demand, where you can watch what you want, when you want, with the video on demand. Stuff you'll never find on a dish. So set your sights on Comcast. Call 1-800-262-9072. That's 1-800-262-9072 to dump your dish and get TV on your terms with Comcast digital cable. As low as $34.95 a month. Because the dish is coming down.
Monthly price of package depends on level of service. Certain restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Call for complete details. Available to new customers.
The game is over, and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke. trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
How you doing? I'm Bruno, the air conditioning guy.
Yes, listen, there's a green fungus growing on the swamp cooler down the side of my house.
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hose and we're going to squirt that right out.
Yes, thank you. Oh, boy.
There is no way a hose is going to fix that problem. With a swamp cooler, recycled water is pulled from a bed of fungus-saturated liquid, poured over deteriorating wood fibers, then forced into your home for you to breathe. Take action. A sophisticated central air conditioning and filtration system will eliminate fungus, bacteria, and mold before it ever reaches your lungs. Take action. Action installs only the best, like Train, Carrier, Tempstar, and Rheem at the lowest price in Salt Lake. Take Action's lowest price challenge. It's easy. If we can't get you the lowest price, we'll give you $50 for your trouble. This $50 offer is great, so please call us for details. Take action. Call Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning at 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
Field, where the Stingers prevailed over Omaha by a score of 12-9. It's time now for our look at what else happened today in the major leagues as well as the PCL, brought to you by the good folks. Excuse me. Again, brought to you by the folks at GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the PCL today, it was Iowa, a winner over Edmonton today by a final score of 8-2 as the Cubs scored 6 runs in the first and never looked back. Memphis down Las Vegas 6-4. The Redbirds rallying with 3 runs in the 8th inning off of former Stinger Elvin Nina, who's now 0-2. Tacoma a winner at Oklahoma 7-5. As now the Rainiers can move into first place with a loss by Portland, and right now the Beavers, after 4, trail at New Orleans 2-1. At Colorado Springs, Fresno scored 5 in the 9th to beat the Sky Sox 9-5. Later on, Sacramento is at Albuquerque, and Nashville visits Tucson. In the American League, the Angels scored 2 runs in the top of the first. Kansas City batting in the bottom of the half, so the Angels up 2-0. Finals, Boston beat Detroit 11-9 despite 7 home runs for the Tigers. Starter for the Red Sox, Tim Wakefield, surrendered 6 of those home runs. That ties a major league record, but he still gets the win. Bernie Williams homers a grand slam in the first inning to put the Yankees ahead 4-0. They go on to beat Toronto 8-2, and after the game, Blue Jays fire manager Carlos Tosca. John Gibbons, the first base coach, will take over on an interim basis. Tampa Bay down Seattle by a score of 5-1. It was Baltimore topping Texas 11-5. Oakland scored 3 runs in the top of the 18th. Minnesota scored 2 in the bottom half as the A's edged the Twins 6-5. And Ben Davis RBI double in the bottom of the 9th gives the White Sox a 3-2 win over Cleveland. In the National League, they're in the 9th at Phoenix. Atlanta leading Arizona 11-3. Eddie Perez with a couple of home runs. Coming up in just about 15 minutes, the pregame at the top of the hour. It's the Cubs and the Giants over on 1320 KFAN. Kerry Wood for Chicago against Noah Lowry for San Francisco. Montreal a winner in Houston 5-2 as the Expos beat Roger Clemens, who drops to 12-4. St. Louis over the Mets 6-2. It was Milwaukee shutting out Florida 2-0. Cincinnati outlasted Colorado in Denver 14-7. It was Pittsburgh doubling up San Diego 4-2, and the Phillies beat the Dodgers by a final score of 4-1. And that's a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Back with some of the highlights from tonight's game after this here on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So let me just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, this is Andy. We can do anything for you. Love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
And what's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
Last year, the Salt Lake City area experienced 40 days of air quality so poor we were all advised not to exercise outside, and the young, elderly, and those with cardiac and respiratory problems were told not to venture outside at all. Our health and economic development prospects are harmed in very real ways by poor air quality. We all deserve far better than this. This is Mayor Rocky Anderson. We can reduce air pollution, but everyone needs to pitch in. On any given day, 60% of air pollutants come from cars and trucks. In planning for future transportation needs, we can move away from expensive new highways and greater dependence on the automobile. We can each use mass transit or drive an alternative fuel vehicle. My natural gas Honda Civic burns 97% cleaner than its gas-powered counterpart. Walking and bicycling are other healthy options. If we each do our part, our air will be cleaner and our community will be healthier.
Courtesy of the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, and the game was scoreless after one, but only because Casey Kotzman was thrown out at the plate trying to score from second on an Andres Galarraga base hit to right field. Omaha took the lead in the second inning. Raul Casanova singled to center field. Paul Phillips singled to left, putting runners at second and third as Phillips took second on the throw through to third for Brandon Berger. Oh, the pitch on the way. Swung and a ground ball towards the hole, and it sneaks through for a base hit. Casanova scores. Phillips will stop at third, and it's 1-0 Omaha. A seeing-eye grounder that eluded both McPherson going to his left and Sorensen heading to his right. So a 1-0 game in favor of Omaha, but the Stingers came back in the bottom of the second inning. Dallas McPherson singled to right. Jake Thrower singled to right, and with one out, Brent Del Chiaro walked to load the bases. A ground out by Gary Johnson to the second baseman Hansen brought home McPherson with the tying run. And with runners at second and third, 2 out, Zach Sorensen was at the plate. 3-2 payoff pitches. Drilled into center field, a base hit. Hit from third, Thrower scores. Here comes Del Chiaro, the throw offline. It's a 2-run single for Zach Sorensen, and the Stingers are out in front 3-2. And on the throw through, Sorensen takes second base. And so the Stingers had a 3-2 lead after 2 innings of play. Then in the third, Casey Kotzman led off with a double to right field. After Andres Galarraga drew a base on balls on 4 pitches, Dallas McPherson faced Jason Ryan. 1-0 to McPherson, ripped towards right. Guile going back, it's up there, and it is gone! A 3-run homer for Dallas McPherson, his 13th of the year for the Stingers, and his 33rd of the year overall, and it's now a 6-2 Salt Lake lead. So the Stingers with a 6-2 lead at that point. Omaha got a run in the top of the fourth on a double by Casanova. 2 outs later, he came home on a single by Mark Teahan, and that made it a 6-3 ball game. Stingers would get 2 runs back in the bottom of the fourth on a run-scoring triple by Adam Riggs and an RBI single by Casey Kotzman. Stingers led 9-3 after 5, but the Royals had closed it to a 9-8 ball game going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And Zach Sorensen led off with an infield single. 1 out later, he was doubled to third. Andres Galarraga was then intentionally passed to load the bases for Dallas McPherson, who then threw a base on balls the old-fashioned way. That brought home Sorensen and made it a 10-8 ball game, and then that brought Jake Thrower to the plate. White ready, the 0-1 to Thrower. Swung on in line, right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way to the warning track. In to score, Kotzman, Galarraga right behind him, and they're going to hold up McPherson at third. It's a 2-run double for Jake Thrower, and the Stingers now lead it 12-8. And they would go on to win it by a score of 12-9 as the Royals put across a run in the top half of the 9th inning. But the Stingers able to prevail. They've won 3 in a row now for the first time in about a month and a half. They've taken a series, and now they await a visit from the Iowa Cubs. We'll preview the series as well as look ahead at our player of the game, our Ace Hardware most helpful player of today's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops. And a lot of people think you got to be a complete computer nerd to buy a laptop computer and be able to use it. Well, you know what? At PC Laptops, we make it very simple. We have tons of people buying laptop computers to do family history research and genealogy. And the great thing about it is we're patient. Yep, we'll sit down with you. We'll hook up all your software. We'll show you how to use it. If you've got a scanner, a digital camera, you have a bunch of old photos you want to learn how to put into your laptop computer, we'll take the time to show you how to do it. Don't know how to get on the internet? We'll help you there as well. At PC Laptops, we're very patient. And yes, guess what? You get a lifetime service guarantee at no extra charge. Guess what? You get a virus, you get nukes, someone erases your hard drive, we cover that with our lifetime service guarantee. So if you want to buy your laptop computer from a place that really loves you and is going to spend the time to help you, come to PC Laptops, because we love you.
Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
How you doing? I'm Bruno, the air conditioning guy.
Yes, listen, there's a green fungus growing on the swamp cooler down the side of my house.
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hose and we're going to squirt that right out.
Yes, thank you. Oh, boy.
There is no way a hose is going to fix that problem. With a swamp cooler, recycled water is pulled from a bed of fungus-saturated liquid, poured over deteriorating wood fibers, then forced into your home for you to breathe. Take action. A sophisticated central air conditioning and filtration system will eliminate fungus, bacteria, and mold before it ever reaches your lungs. Take action. Action installs only the best, like Train, Carrier, Tempstar, and Rheem at the lowest price in Salt Lake. Take Action's lowest price challenge. It's easy. If we can't get you the lowest price, we'll give you $50 for your trouble. This $50 offer is great, so please call us for details. Take action. Call Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning at 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
Where the Stingers prevail today by a final score of 12-9. It's time now for our Ace Hardware Most Helpful Player of today's game, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful place. Again, a lot of contributors today, but we're going to give it to Dallas McPherson, who went 2 for 4 with 4 runs batted in. He had a single to start off that 3-run rally in the second. He helped widen the lead with a 3-run home run in the third. Made a couple of nice defensive plays, including that robbery of Damian Jackson's line drive with the tying and go-ahead runs on with 2 outs in the 7th inning for Omaha. And he plus drew that bases-loaded walk that gave the Stingers the insurance run, one of 3 runs they scored in the 8th inning. As the Stingers win it today by a final score of 12-9, the Stingers now taking on the Iowa Cubs tomorrow night. 7 o'clock game time, 6 o'clock twilight doubleheader on Tuesday, and then 7 o'clock again on Wednesday. So the Stingers getting ready to get a visit from the Iowa Cubs. And tomorrow it'll be left-hander Corey Lee on the mound for Salt Lake, looking for his first win in a Stingers uniform. Well, that'll do it for today. Our thanks to Eddie Thompson back in our studios here in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 3 hours, 8 minutes, and in front of 4,018, the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 12 and the Omaha Royals 9. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.